All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new series. The first episode of our new series called The Holochronicles. Pretty much Star Wars D&D, but like more than we did last time.
Yes.
A full campaign with some people that we've had previously and some new people. So I'm excited. I'm gonna let them go down the row here on our Discord and introduce themselves.
So it starts with Jeff.
My name is Jeff. I'll be playing the character. His name is Zen.
And then me. Hey everybody, it is your usual DM, but now I actually get to play. I am AJ, and I am playing Rykon Score, Dark Jedi, and General Broody Boy with a stick.
I guess that's me. Hello, my name's Casey Jones. I am an author, I am a voice actor, and a GM of my own. I run a lovely Doctor Who game called Anywhere But Now. Links in the doobly-doo.
I am getting there now. Also, obligatory Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, everybody gets one.
How many notes do you constantly get from that?
It's obligatory.
One from each, and that's how it goes.
One from each.
Can we get a Google from you?
And I am playing Mediator Tindy.
Yes. And now the angry trash can.
I'm angry because I'm sick. If only I could have the superior robot capabilities of avoiding illness.
It's like
I am Micah. I normally play the warlock turtle man who has to pay rent to a big rock. But now I'm playing Bridge, the understandably angry astromech unit. So we'll get to that later. I might
Indeed.
survive. We'll see.
I hope.
Yeah. And last but not least, I am Odin. I typically play Dahlia. I'm going to be your DM for this evening and for this campaign, really. Real quick, this is going to be a bi-weekly series. So next week we are not playing, but the week after we will. That being said, this will be out on YouTube next Monday. So that's good.
So that's our upload schedule?
Yeah.
Bully.
So with that, if everyone's ready, I'm going to kick it over to the game.
I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm going to try and not cough and sneeze into the mic. So if I'm quiet for a little bit, that might be what I'm doing.
Mike, it's fine.
Understandable.
I believe in you.
Micah, you have beer disease.
Poor
It's
choice.
fine.
If the music on Roll20 is too loud, just go to the music and turn it down, please.
I will.
Okay. So, our story takes place 5 years after Operation Nightfall and the eradication of the Jedi Order. With the rise of the Empire and the galaxy's new Emperor, Force-sensitive individuals have been hunted down for sport. Crime families have surged, droids and bounty hunters have been used as more expendable assets, and the light in the galaxy has almost all but faded. However, light and dark are but concepts, and the Force works in mysterious ways. This tale has yet to be formed, and only the outcome is known by the Force. Will the galaxy rise from the ashes with a new light? Will the dark finally consume what's left? Or will something new be discovered? We start our journey on the planet of Ithor. Ithor is a planet in the Otega sector of the Mid-Rim, going along the Selenan Spur trade route. Probably did not pronounce that correctly.
You're good. I'll tell you when
It
you mess
has... it had just started to become morning on the planet. And we're going to start with Zim.
So you see Zim over at the bounty hunter panel, looking through jobs to accept. The way he looks, he has purple skin with golden eyes, a rather tall and slender build. He has a dark red long coat on with a black combat suit underneath, and a baller wide brim hat. And around the top of the hat, there's a little strap and where a buckle would be is a strange device with a button for some purpose.
up. Boom.
Real quick, did you say what race you were?
Yeah. Oh no, he is a Duros.
For reference,
All right.
Hey,
for reference in the audience,
For-
Cad Bane.
for clarification, Cad Bane's race.
As you kind of look at the notice board for all the jobs, trying to find something not too above your pay grade, as you are still just starting out, you do notice what seems to be the perfect job for you at the moment. A sort of protection job. Wanting protection from one of the, well, not senators, but politicians of the planet of Ithor. Seems simple enough, offering you about a payment of 200 credits. Not bad. As other bounty hunters seem to not be interested, whether they're too good for this kind of job or, well, just not paying enough for them. Either way, the job is in front of you and looks promising.
Zim says, well, I guess I'll take what I can get.
Alright. You rip the notice off of the board, kind of head over to the station to, solidify that this is the job you were taking. As the man kind of looks at you and goes, "Ah, yes. Protection job for the politicians of the planet. You're gonna want to talk to the man down the corner. His name is Zabwe. He's a human man. You'll know him when you see him. He's a bit eccentric."
Zim tips his head and walks out the door.
Alright. I'm gonna guess you're making your way over to the guy?
Correct.
Kind of looks at you and goes, "Ah, yes, good, yes. The politician protection job, right?
That is what I'm here for.
Great. We've been looking for someone like that, for a while now. I will get you details, soon. We have to kind of make our way over to whom you are actually protecting, but, I will tell you, details on the way."
Alright.
Kind of gestures you along to follow them through the city. This is probably the first time you've been to Ithor. It's the floating cities in the sky and the warm and humid weather kind of hitting you as you exit the building out onto the muggy streets.
I follow the human and keep my distance, but not make it look like I'm keeping my distance.
Smart.
All right. He leads you through the town. You were currently at the marketplace, kind of the bazaar area where many of the local shops and chicanery happens in the city. Passing by quite a few stormtroopers that are obviously going about their duty, kind of patrolling the streets. You see one of them kind of stop a man and start questioning them. You do also notice that they start to lead him away to some other kind of location, maybe for questioning. It's pretty common around here, apparently. As you start making your way towards the common districts. With that, we're gonna cut over to Cindy. Cindy, you were currently asleep in your bed. You hear voices in your head, dreams and nightmares that have not ceased since 5 years ago, since the Purge. You hear the sound of clones, blasters firing at you. You hear your master screaming as a ship seems to be crashing. You are suddenly standing in a field. As you kind of look up toward the sky, you see what seems to be your ship coming down onto the planet. You feel a great sense of fear, terror, and loss. Suddenly you're shot forward as you're suddenly onto the planet of Ithor. You see the buildings surrounding you as you kind of float in the sky overlooking all of them, you start hearing a voice in your head. A kind of strange, echoey voice that just says, "Come to me. Find me. I am waiting. I continue to wait." As you suddenly start falling from the sky past the crowded city, as your body starts plummeting towards the surface. There, suddenly in front of you, you see your master, long dead, looking at you. She suddenly grabs you as she looks into your eyes, and you're both plummeting towards the ground faster and faster. She looks at you and she goes, "Sydney, do not forget what I said. Trust in the Force, nothing but the Force. We may have been wrong, but you will survive." And suddenly, you slam into the ground as you awake. You are sweating. In your hand is a lightsaber. As, not ignited, but still in your hand, as you kind of just sit there.
I think Tindy sits up in bed and looks around. The alarm has triggered the local news, which they understand in the original Ithorian or Ithorese. It's one of the languages that they speak. Tindy pats themselves down, realizes that they broke a sweat in bed, realizes that they've called for something they shouldn't have out of simple reflex. And about 20 minutes later, they're wrapping up, shaving their head, completely smooth, and putting on the last of their robes. Tindy presents as very agender, very non-binary. It is virtually impossible to detect just from them passing by whether they're supposed to be passing, quote unquote, as male or female, and that is part of by design. They secure their saber inside of something they've put together that from the outside looks like a simple data scroll, and just secure it in the small of their back and go about looking over the reports for the morning to see what kind of work they have to look forward to.
All right.
Interesting.
You, as you kind of put your stuff away and start to grab at your data pad to see what you're looking for, you suddenly get, you get a knock on your door. This is not uncommon. You know that this is most likely the other non-Ithorian politician, after finishing their rounds, coming here to give their 15-minute briefing to you about, everything that's happened.
I just do a quick pass and make sure there's nothing compromising or out in the room that I don't want any visitor to see, and then composed, enter.
All right. You see a Togruta man walk in, as they look tired, very, very tired. Clearly they've had a long shift, 10 hours, as they kind of look at you and go, Tindy, glad to see you're already awake. I'm here to give...
sure is full of opportunities.
Well, I hope so. The night was less fun. We need to discuss an issue that's been happening.
Please.
Do you have any coffee?
They smile and say, "It's already brewing." And there's a little from the coffee mat.
They just kind of look towards you and smile. Oh.
Psychic.
Thank you for being so reliable.
I had a feeling you might be stopping by.
Yes, well, As you know, we've been having incidents recently with some disappearances of non-Ithorian people. Well, I mean, we've had a few Ithorians disappear too, but mainly the non-Ithorians. And it was our job, so we're supposed to get to the bottom of it.
Of course, that's quite concerning.
Yes, I've just spent the last 4 hours talking to the captain of the stormtrooper base here on the planet. I have never spoke with such a difficult individual before in my life.
They can be quite firm and intractable.
Yes. Well, to put it blunt, I don't really think they're looking into the matter.
They have no proper incentive to.
Yes, well, it does seem that, kind of looks around, making sure no one's listening. The Empire really only deals with money these days, doesn't it? Either way, be it that there has been disappearances, concerns have been brought up about our safety as well. And after all, we're just politicians.
You have the unfortunate hat of being a politician. I am a humble mediator. It's my job to make sure that nobody throws anything at you when you speak.
The audience with chairs at the ready.
Yes, that's
Tomatoes,
true.
get your tomatoes.
Either way, here is my report. Careful around the stormtroopers. I think they are not liking our, annoying them. You know?
I do. I understand. Believe me.
Alright. Well, either way, we've hired someone to watch guard over us. We've of course hired a couple because, well, long days on
There
this
is
planet.
strength in numbers.
Yes, and strength in numbers. Very good. My assistant should be here any moment with the individual who'd be assigned to protect you.
Wonderful.
As
You've been so thoughtful.
As you kind of sit there for probably another good 15 minutes, just talking about, the happenings on the planet and everything. You suddenly have a knock on your door.
Enter.
You see was clearly the Tordruta's assistant walk in, a Twi'lek man. Following behind them, sorry, I forget what race you are, Jeff.
Duros.
A male Duros man, clearly in a bounty hunter outfit, but cleaner than you would think for a bounty hunter. But they were hired, so maybe they're good.
Tindy gives them an unassuming, bland, comforting smile, and not even bothering with any of this put upon to have 3 people in their quarters. I'm just like, welcome. We've made coffee. Would you like some?
So Zem, without changing his expressions, just tips his head towards Tindy and says, "No coffee for me, thank you."
Suit yourself.
Yeah, the Twi'lek assistant kind of looks at you and goes, "None for me. I'm just here to deliver the assistant."
Very good.
You sir, Zim, I believe you said. This is Tindy, one of the local politicians / mediators of the area, and you're to be assigned to them for, until we find that the circumstances have been, cleared.
Resolved.
Yes, resolved.
I feel safer in your company already.
As long as you don't get in the way, there won't be any problems.
Then we won't have any problems.
Great. Well, kind of looks over to the Trodruta man. I believe that we are well done for the evening. Shall we retire? He, the Trodruta male, kind of looks over at you, Tindy, and goes, "Yes, I'm very tired. Thank you for your hospitality. I'm so sorry for the amount of people."
Not at all. Sweet rest to you.
Thank you. Good luck today. I'm sure, as always, you will do fine, though. As they kind of pick themselves up and escort themselves with the Twi'lek male out of the building.
Mm-hmm.
You are currently alone with Zim, as you have a full day of mediating to do.
Okay. Since they have asked me to stay out of their way, I am going to presume that the mutual respect is there, and they are just going through the report for details and idly making small talk with Zim as they travel. Been on the planet long?
More or less just showed up the other day.
It's quite the hot spot, isn't it?
He looks at you for a quick second, then just looks back at the reports.
I'm sorry, I have to laugh. The second you made that joke, a car horn went off out my window. Almost as a response.
People knew.
They felt it.
Yeah. All right. You go about your day. Starting off pretty well, as we're going to cut over to our other players. Rykon, you are currently sitting on a ship that is approaching the planet of Ithor. As you kind of look down at the planet from space, it looks like a giant green and blue marble slowly spinning. As you kind of look out, you also see it being surrounded by 6 different moons. You can feel the light coming off of this planet.
I gag a little.
Yeah. Bridge, you are currently not deactivated, but clearly having some kind of suppressor on you.
He's on battery saver?
Kind of. You're allowed in with Rykon into the seating area, though typically meant only for, organics, as typically they would store most droids in a separate area until the end of flight. But through a little bit of trickery, you were able to get on board as a assistant living droid for Rykon.
His emotional support companion.
No. See, my actual emotional support companion would be in storage because he's a one-armed droid.
Ah, yeah.
That being said, that one-armed droid is in storage.
Yeah, he can function, but he's in storage.
You'd probably find that it's most likely due to the fact that you're a Class 2 astromech droid, considering Class 2s and Class 3 droids are typically the most likely to help individuals.
Yeah, for personal use.
Yep. So they have kind of allowed you being on here, under the condition, of course, you have this instrument on you that suppresses your abilities.
I will turn down to my angry trash can friend and just say, now remember, if on this planet I refer to you as my droid, it's for appearances. I don't want the sass.
There's just a slow turn of the head part, and you just remember, I'm keeping a list. As the head turns back forward.
Oh, I purchased you a new motivator back on Kessel.
Kind of clanks back and forth, like wobbling. If I have to wear one more freaking suppressor, I'm gonna use this rocket that I still have.
It's just a restraining bolt, at least you're active.
I can't move.
You won't need to, we're in transit. Are we sublight or light speed?
You're sublight. You
Okay,
have
good, I
just gotten out of light speed. You are probably just in the process of getting into the planet's orbit.
Oh, spectacular. I don't have to worry about going crazy or seeing ghosts if I look out the window.
Nope. No. The windows would not be open if
Good, no ghosts.
if you were in light speed. Yeah, no. So you are currently being lowered down into the planet. As you kind of like get closer to the surface, you see that this place is just covered in lush jungle and forest that just spans most of the planet. It seems to be like clashes with the massive oceans that separate the land, with only signs of civilization seeming to be in the sky. You see no cities on the ground.
I will turn again to Bridge and just say, better than the slave mines of Kessel or the slums of Obadiah.
That's kind of a low bar, though, don't you think?
Well, at least Obadiah had drugs.
And what benefit is that to me?
You could sell them.
That is true.
Or
That
go
is very
home and-
true.
Or you could go home and rethink your life, but...
No, I'm pretty sure that if I went back to the business, they'd probably just either impound me or turn me off and turn me back on again. I'm about to cough. Hold on.
Insert...
Says the droid.
Excuse me.
Insert the droid with the death sticks.
Yeah, some droids carry stimpaks. He only carries death sticks.
You want some death sticks?
They don't
I
take
have-
care of the pain, but you do not feel it afterwards.
I assume they made me stow my electro stuff.
Yes, the Electro Staff has been confiscated, and
Yeah.
it will be returned to you upon landing.
What about my broken lightsaber? Do I still have that?
You still have that.
Okay, good. I just...
Obviously, you are not going to hand a lightsaber off to anyone.
That's what I'm saying. As long as I know where that is, I will
Yeah.
be fine. And I also
You can-
last night mocked up what my saber looks like.
All right. You can feel the saber kind of press against your side in your robes. The robes are thick, so like it would take a lot of like padding down to be able to actually find it. You also know that Rykon does come with a compartment in him that you can put it in.
Oh, oh, cool. Bridge has a little
Looks to Rykon, he has a drawer in his chest.
It was a cybernetic
honestly-
modification.
Most astromechs do.
I'm Rykon, he's Bridge. And who was on first?
Sorry, Bridge has the thing in him that can steal a weapon. Yeah.
You know, he has a lot of guns on him, too, so...
Yep. See, I put
You
a-
wouldn't know by just looking at him.
And that's why we have a restraining bolt on you.
Yes.
It's probably why, yeah.
Okay, listen. Once we land, we're in a bit of a problem, though.
Do expound.
This was our last chunk of credits to get us this ride out here. And I know you're looking for looks around a bit. The parts you
Equipment.
need,
Yes.
for your little project. But I still think we need to maybe try to invest in our own vessel of some kind. So we can
Oh,
avoid clanks back and forth, this sort of situation.
Oh, trust me, the moment I can swing the finances, we will have a ship. It's not like I can call the banking clan after they were nationalized. Grumbles about the rise of the Empire nationalizing the banks.
It has screwed a lot of the moon over.
It ruined their economy.
It did.
Because they
But-
were the economy.
You see, not the captain of the ship, obviously, but like one of the people who kind of like go back and forth to make sure everyone's all right. They kind of grab a speaker off the wall and they go, "If everyone would please take your seats, we are about to make our landing onto the planet of Ithor."
Oh god, it's Tom Hanks from the Polar Express.
All aboard!
That's 3 characters, I just realized.
Rykon gets onto the. What is this?
Hot,
This
hot?
is the Polar Express.
The Force wills me to have hot chocolate. Sit.
Hot chocolate.
Anyways, yes,
Yes.
you are starting to get towards the surface of the planet.
I'm telling you, if any place is going to have what you're needing for your side project, it's going to be here. I'm telling you what it's going to cost, though.
I'm just glad we could find your replacement parts on Obadiah.
Yeah. Real shame that we had to sell my armor.
It's that or a bad. Do you know what happens to a droid with a bad motivator? They explode.
You would know that he is correct.
You do. Thank you, first scene of A New Hope.
Yes, but the problem is Bridge lost his stuff.
Oh, he'll get better stuff.
That's the plan.
You sold all my parts on Space eBay.
Oh, we did, yeah.
To be fair, Bridge, you have not seen Rykon practice any of his abilities within the 3 years that you have been traveling with him.
And you know it makes me itchy.
But the ship suddenly starts to rumble as suddenly you hear it kind of make contact with the platform.
Oh, much better. Solid-ish ground.
At least
Yes.
there's proper gravity.
As you are now currently at the ship docks, you kind of wait your turns to get out of the spacecraft as they kind of bring down your quote-unquote baggage as you just see the gigantic... what kind of droid was he? He wasn't...
He is a Magna Guard.
A Magnum Guard droid. You
A
see a
Magna
lot
Guard?
of people give you looks
Yep.
when they see the Magnum Guard droid, and then you?
Yep, a Magna Guard with one arm.
Magnum Guard with one arm next to a moon.
Yep.
A lot of people kind of give you raised eyebrows because, well, the moon were discovered to be part of the, you know.
Yeah, we were part of the Confederacy. We were separatists.
Yep.
I-
They see the separatist droid, clearly no longer part of the separatists, but they do give you looks like of sort of disgust.
I would like to use... Okay, now this'll be some bending of abilities, but I need you to hear me out, okay?
Okay.
Damn it. I use Feared.
To get people to stop looking at you.
Yes.
Put in chat what that ability does.
I already did.
Okay.
Also
As
sounds
a
great.
Sith, you instill fear in those who are aware of your standings who are aware of your standing.
Fair enough.
I guess
Retract it.
I will allow this simply for the fact that it's not that kind of standing, but it is a standing, and you are
Yes.
standing next to a Magnum droid.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I'm next to a Magna Guard, I have a Blastomech on my other side, and I'm holding an Electro Staff.
Yeah.
I will turn
Um,
on the Commander and just say, Commander Funky Town, at ease.
He kind of was about to get into a pose, and he just kind of goes back to a regular, like, what's the word?
A neutral stance.
Neutral stance. Yeah, we'll just call it neutral stance for now.
Commander, we are
He
not
kind of idles.
we are not performing for credits yet.
He just kind of continues to stare at you. Bridge, the man does come over and takes off the suppressor unit off of you. He goes, there you go.
I would like to stop the engineer real quick.
Before he takes it off?
No, as he's taking it off, and ask him a
Okay.
question. He still takes it off.
Okay. Can I help you?
Tell me, sir, my droid here, I gesture to Bridge, is rather rowdy at times, and it may be a while before I can get a decent memory wipe. Would you be willing to part with that a restraining bolt? For 25 credits? Permission to
Just
persuade?
a turn of the head looking directly at you.
Permission to persuade, Captain?
He's gonna look at you and just go, no. How much did you offer?
25, and like I said, that's why I'm trying to persuade for the haggle.
So, I'm gonna tell you right now, you would know that a restraining bolt is 350 credits.
Oh, I know. If I can't try, I can't
Roll
try.
persuasion at disadvantage.
That's fine, I still have expertise.
That's fine. You're gonna
I
be
know.
high.
I know. I'm just saying, like, let me turn on the advantage toggle. Disadvantage, now add 4 to this, okay?
All right. 18.
18.
Pretty high, but not high enough. He does
Darn it.
kind of look at you and
We
goes,
tried.
I understand where you're coming from, but these don't come cheap, and I'm afraid 25 is just not enough. Though, if you would, I could offer it for 200 credits.
I'm afraid I don't care about it that much, as I will put my staff back on my back and proceed to walk out of the spaceport. I tried.
Alright. Yeah, you did.
Once the bolt comes off, Bridge just does the equivalent of a droid stretch while by rotating his limbs just around the body.
Yeah, you rotate the limbs around the body, you kind of extend as far up as you can and go back down. Guy kind of looks at you funny for that, like...
As I
Looks at
said,
him, keeps eye contact as I roll out of the room.
I need a good memory wipe.
Roll me an intimidation check, just real quick.
Can I assist?
No.
Oh.
This is just general on just him staring this man in the face as he does all this procedure. Okay.
Ooh.
He just kind of shrugs and walks away, like...
I did tell him.
You do hear him go, weird-ass droid.
I did tell him he's in need of a good memory wipe.
You also hear him go, yeah, well, I get to that fast. As he starts to get back onto the ship, clearly waiting for the next group to get on for the return trip.
I will just turn to Bridge and just say, well, I tried to make some money. Do you think I could get close enough to put that on you?
It probably wouldn't stop you.
Oh, I could do it, though. Man, because I
Alright.
got a 10-foot reach.
I have guns which have more reach than that, but moving on.
You see the large gates kind of leading into the city. You see a sign kind of pointing off to another direction that says, shipyard. Actually, I have the name for it. It says...
Chuck E. Cheese.
No. It says Luma's Launch, spaceship dealership.
Okay, let's take stock of what we have real fast. I got 100 credits on me. What do you got?
150 credits, an electro staff, the project that shall not be named, and a demolitions kit.
Looks towards Commander Funky Town, and
he doesn't have anything. You get sold before him.
right. Okay, so first thing we gotta do is try to find, I guess, a good place to stay while we look for jobs.
Well, is there an informational console that he could R2-D2 into?
Oh yeah, there's also like people with like pamphlets of the city as well. It's up to you which one you do.
Bridge, go download information on the city.
Ah, Bridge do this, Bridge do that. I go and get all the information.
All right. Yeah, you find that you are currently in the ship sector of the city. Currently, it's right next to a place that I guess is called the. The lower observation deck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you find a route to like a nearby, like tavern. You do find like different like standards of taverns slash bars slash inns across the city. Some of them far more expensive than others. I'll let you decide what kind of establishment you would like to try to find your way to.
Does Rykon have a wrist pad?
I have a comm link. I don't have a data pad of any kind.
Nope.
I lost most of my stuff.
You guys had to sell a lot to get this far.
Yeah.
That and we were in a plane crash.
Yeah.
Does my wrist pad, is that able to be looked at by other people?
You could like make a hologram of it.
Oh, so yeah, he's an astromech. He should be able to project.
Yeah,
can.
and I'll just show him the information of the general places around here.
All right. You tell me what kind of place you want to go, and I will tell you what you see.
I am looking for droid smiths.
All right. You find a place over in the market. Yeah, towards the marketplace. That has the name of the Metal Indian.
What do you think? Could you stand for a diagnostic?
Probably.
Good, I'm in need of an arm.
All right.
Could say you need a hand with that.
The urge to push him over.
You make your way over. It takes you about. It's a big city. It takes you about, I would say, after some transportation. I would say free transportation as of right now.
Cool, the space bus.
Pretty much.
Just do the thing from Who Framed Roger Rabbit and grab onto the back of it.
You make your way into the marketplace, and you find yourself at the door of the Metal Indian.
I guess that thing where where the bus drives by and the person disappears.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do that?
No, we forgot to grab on.
Oh, yeah.
We probably should have been on that.
Yeah. You actually had to wait for the second bus.
Okay, now 1, 2, 3.
You make your way over, though.
I walk in and I look upon the droid smith and just say, "Tell me, would you offer a deal on diagnostic for 2 droids?"
All right. You see before you a Ithorian with bright green skin, white-brown hair. Oh, sorry, with brown hair.
They have hair?
And black eyes. Yeah. It's like a pepper, like salt shaker pepper.
I'm just more shocked an Ithorian has hair.
They do have hair.
That's
I see a
icky.
picture of one with a beard.
He
that's
has
icky.
a small throat
Nobody's
sack as
perfect.
well, and is dressed in a common mechanic outfit. Could I help you?
I repeat the question. Would you offer a deal of diagnostic on 2 droids?
Diagnostic. 100 credits for each. Or if you like a deep cleaning service, 300 credits.
Sorry, Bridge. You ain't gonna be that pretty.
You know that with, I would say with that, you can roll a hit die and you get that for temporary hit points. Bridge.
You're too broke and I'm not paying for it.
About to say, that's kind of more than the money I have, so...
I can also show you some of the droids that I have for sale.
Could I persuade him down to $150 total, rather than 200 total?
Roll me a persuasion.
Okay, remember, add 4. 26.
I could do that for 150. What is the 2 droids? He looks down at you, Bridge. Alright, so now he clearly hasn't been paying too much attention. As he kind of looks up to the Magnum Guard.
And
he just kind of sits there and stares at it for like a good 30 seconds.
Micah, to split this cost, take off 75.
Yeah, okay. That is very long money.
My God.
Yes, a functioning Magna Guard, minus the arm. The arm was sadly lost in an incident. Do not worry,
Still.
his violent tendencies have been programmed out of him. He is merely for service and entertainment.
He dances
He dances.
uncontrollably.
Dances.
I double clap. Commander to war.
Roll a performance check. Roll straight. You know what? That works.
12!
He does a decent dance. It's nothing like spectacular. He goes,
It was very...
my God.
It's very impromptu with no music.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Huh.
Never thought you'd see that.
No. Huh.
I'm
I'm
also...
surprised you're so tight on money.
Believe it or not, I found him. But speaking of which, if you know of any ways that one could obtain some credits with nothing but his own wit and 2 droids, that would be appreciated.
You say that, he just looks towards the Magnum Guard and looks back
I'm
at
not
you like,
selling him.
are you joking?
No, I simply found him.
All right, you can make a fortune off of this.
Everyone says that, and yet never will.
Trust me, he knows.
Very well. He kind of holds out the thing for you to scan to transfer the credits.
I transfer the credits from our joint bank account and tell the commander to go to barracks and just gesture bridge. Alright, go to the doctor.
Again, just looks at you for a second and then starts rolling forward.
We're keeping up appearances.
All right. He takes you to the back of the shop. He does the man on guard first. Mostly just because he's clearly just in awe of it. It's not every day you see a Magnum guard.
Yeah, there were not many made.
No, they were not. As they just kind of do a little system diagnostics of it. I'm sure you're watching him, you know, just making sure
very
that
much.
no funny business.
No funny
It
business
doesn't
with
seem
my
to be.
shiny man.
You see him kind of like go through some things. You do see him like go and reach some like robotic arms and like look at it. Not like do any installments or anything, but just kind of
See what
matches
fit.
it up to see if it would actually fit and be like,
Good.
oh god.
Good to,
Puts it back on the wall. He gets to you next. You feel if there is a way for you to describe a spa day for a droid, this is probably it. You have your diagnostics cleaned. He kind of plugs you into a thing, and a lot of any like issues or viruses or anything that you may have gotten or had or developed wiped clean. You were completely fine.
I figured.
As you were kind of monitoring the process, and he even, with the dance and seeing everything up, he will even polish both of you up. It's not going to be a deep cleaning, but it is. He does like wipe you down and give you a small bit of polish.
Hey, shiny. I figured Bridge, after dealing with with all the shenanigans and being smuggled with a restraining bolt on, he deserved this at least.
Yeah, Bridge, you walk out of there feeling like not all 3 years of what you just went through has been taken care of, but at least 2.
2 at the least.
Well,
Yeah.
BR1J, how do you feel?
Depends. Is my leg still squeaking as I just rotate it?
It is not well oiled.
Then that answers your question.
And now, sir, my second question, if you have an answer. If not, we can seek information elsewhere.
Yes.
Where would a man with nothing but 2 droids and his wits find work suitable for him?
Well, you'd probably find it over towards. What kind of work?
I'm a capable accountant, and I know how to handle myself physically. And,
All right.
Well, you saw the diagnostic on what is in my astromech here. You've seen what he can do.
Yes. Well, I would say you have 2 options. Accountant and droid could get a job over at the atrium. It's a little bit down the city. You'd have to cut past the botanical domes, or you could get a common bounty job here in the marketplace, but they don't pay as well as, a real job at the atrium.
Unfortunately, our presence is temporary.
Well, I would say still check both. Nothing bad could happen. I mean, sometimes they do have temporary jobs over at the atrium.
Appreciated, friend. Come, gentlemen, as I will billow my cloak and walk out.
All right. He doesn't stop looking at the astromech as like you go. Like you go out the door and you walk down the street. You see him standing outside of the shop, just like watching you go. Like
Look at
clearly admiration of just this droid.
Look at that, Commander. You're handsome.
Everyone else is giving you a wide berth, though.
Good.
Yep.
Right. But so
I'm gonna
just to clarify one thing.
Hmm.
It did look like he could have arms that would fit on the commander. Maybe not
don't
on
know.
model, but fit.
I would say if Bridge was like, he can roll a. Let me look.
Invest perception?
I'm gonna say a straight intelligence check.
Come on, Bridge, you're good at this.
Don't say that. Why would you
Actually,
say that?
Astromech
Well,
implement. Did you already roll?
yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Because I know you said he looked like he was trying arms on the commander.
yeah, he was more just seeing if he could, if he was able to get his hands on it, but clearly you weren't willing to sell, so he didn't actually put an arm on it.
Oh, I'm not saying he did. I'm saying, did he have one that would fit?
Bridge, you would say that from when you were watching, it looked like he might have had one that would fit, but it's hard to tell. He was definitely sizing one arm up in particular, kind of shaking his head like maybe not.
Good to know in case he needs to be done away with.
All right.
Who, the store clerk?
Anybody?
I'm gonna say you two are going to go off and search at jobs. I'm gonna switch back over to Zim and Tindy. You two are about, I don't know, halfway through the morning at this point.
Mm-hmm.
As the next thing you find on your data pad, though, is talking again to the local stormtrooper garrison.
About the disappearances or
About
something
the
else?
disappearances.
Okay. So I will turn to Zim. Tell me, what is your experience with the local stormtrooper regiment?
As long as we don't cause trouble, they won't give us any trouble.
Brilliant. Very good.
The other option is just to pay them off to turn the other way.
I'm not certain how that's going to help us when we're investigating missing persons, but we'll keep that as an option. Do we need to? So where is the garrison located so that we can go make an appearance?
It is at the Great Atrium.
Okay. So yes, Tindy has been on the planet long enough to learn their way around, observe the local customs, and as quietly and as invisibly as possible make their way to the garrison. And is there a spokesperson for the stormtroopers, or like is there someone in charge?
Officer.
Yeah, there is a
Exactly.
commanding officer. As of right now, there's a medium-sized building that they seem to be stationed in.
Mhm.
You, as a mediator and politician, would know that the Ithorian Council does not like stormtroopers on the planet,
No.
and that they have had many debates against and issues with the Emperor in terms of wanting to use the planet's resources.
Gotcha. Has Tindy had any run-ins with the officer in charge of the stormtroopers before?
I would say in
Have
the
they
time
met
that you've
for
been
things?
here, no.
Mhm. Okay. In that case, I think Tindy might purchase a box of a dozen donuts or something that is the Ithorian equivalent for off-world stomachs, since stormtroopers are usually human, as your ground level
All right.
icebreaker token.
You
Smart.
you go and buy a we'll say a box of steamed yashrim. Let me get this right. Yastrim gizis.
They
Yep,
do
you
the
got it.
best Yastrimzis here.
Yep.
Just the best.
They're pretty hot in your hands. These
They've got
are pretty common. They're good to eat.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I don't think they would sample any themselves. They would keep the whole box untouched when they head for the barracks. And sorry, go ahead.
Zim, you have never seen what these are. These look weird.
Especially because Ithorians don't have mouths.
They do actually. Some have
They're
two.
just on the sides. They're on the sides. I understand. It's largely humanoidistic thinking. You expect a face and all the appropriate orifices to be side by side and just facing you, but it's actually quite fascinating.
I always thought those were gills.
Some do have gills, but those have, I think, been like evolutionized out of their species.
All right.
Looking at the snacks, Zen goes, well, I haven't eaten all day, so if you wouldn't mind.
I think Tindy would spring for an extra one just so they don't break up the baker's dozen or however many that the box is going for the intended bribe.
They have about a baker's dozen. I would say for a baker's dozen and like one or two more for your bodyguard.
Mm-hmm.
It's about
there you go.
It's about 20 credits.
I love it. And like as they're walking, Tindy just casually mentions, "Did you know that most humanoids are actually in a warmer disposition with something warm in their hands? It's don't tell anyone, but it's a bit of an old standby I use."
Dear
Zen.
God.
Zen will remember this.
As they walk closer to whomever, as they approach the building, whoever looks like they would be the person to make that first impression with, Tindy just puts on their most professional smile, not gilding the lily, not putting it on too much, but just, "Hello, this is the traditional balanced level of appropriate professionalism from one esteemed possible colleague to another. It's early morning. I'm sure that your troopers might have missed their morning rations."
Say you kind of you approach the door to the place first.
Yeah.
You see a stormtrooper kind of standing guard at the door. As you get close, they go, "Halt, state your business."
I pull out an ID badge of some kind and say, "Hello, Mediator Tindy, here on the request of Magistrate so-and-so to discuss the missing persons of late. How are you? Have you had a good morning?"
I did. As they kind of look at you. They look towards their partner, who's standing with them. "Go get the commander. Tell him that his meeting's here." Guy kind of salutes and heads on in. You're now alone outside with the guard.
Okay.
All right. If there's anything you want to talk to him about, or are you just gonna wait?
No. I think they would try aim to make as little as an impression as possible, which is difficult considering they are a pale blue. So they're just bouncing on their feet patiently and slowly and just giving a nod to the guard.
Yeah. They just kind of seem to ignore you the entire way.
Fair.
They do kind of look at Zim for a second and see the outfit and the weaponry. And they're like, he's going to have to stay out here.
I turn to Zim. Are you comfortable with that?
I'm fine waiting. Though if they need me to be a bit more formal, he presses the button on his hat, and while the brim shrinks, the crown of the hat grows into a top hat.
Yay.
Ooh.
You never seen a stormtrooper raise an eyebrow. Mostly because they have wearing a mask.
You just,
But the helmet
It's all
does
in the
form into an
body
eyebrow
language.
raise at that.
It's all in the body language. One just has to pay attention.
As soon as
I see. He presses the button again to switch it back to the wide brim hat.
Hmm.
the second guard comes on out and looks to you, Tindy. You can go in.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much.
Second door on the left.
Second on the left. Thank you so much. Would you like one? And I just open the box.
Persuasion. At advantage.
Okay. So do I just click on persuasion?
Yep, just click on persuasion. It will do the rest. So an 18.
At advantage, that is 18.
whoa, good one.
He kind of looks left and right towards the other guard. The other guard kind of looks at him. They both just kind of grab one real quick as they
Have
open
a
the
better
door.
morning, gentlemen. And without another word, Tindy saunters into the building, closing the box as they go.
All right. Inside, you see quite a number of stormtroopers. Some of them with their helmets off, clearly just kind of getting to work.
Yeah, Tindy is trying to look as bored as possible, while trying not to they've had this kind of interaction before. Like they are somewhat practiced at this point of being cool and reserved. They're not happy to be in here, but it does not show.
Yeah. Roll me real quick a performance at advantage because you are trying to put on performance here.
Yeah. Ooh,
20.
That is
Double.
20.
Hell
Yeah, they look very bored. They've done this 100
Yeah.
times. They could not be less interesting to look at.
All right. Yeah, none of them seem like they all kind of like look at you for a second and then immediately turn away. Clearly, they're just not interested after they see the expression.
Understood.
But yep, you are led to the second door on the left.
I knock at the threshold.
You hear
understand. Go ahead.
you hear a small sigh from the other side of the door as you just hear in a low voice, "Enter."
Is there a name on the plate by the office door or anything like that, so I know who I'm speaking to?
It just says Captain. It doesn't have a name.
Gotcha. Good morning, Captain. Thank you so much for seeing me in a timely fashion.
As you kind of step in there, you're not greeted with the typical look of a stormtrooper that you were used to. Standing there in a full black suit of a death trooper is the captain, who just kind of looks at you, full, like, completely armored, standing probably a good foot taller than most of the other stormtroopers.
Are they wearing their helmet, or is this a
They're wearing their
officer's
helmet.
uniform? Gotcha.
They're in full uniform. They're not like, they don't have a weapon out or are hostile. They just kind of look at you.
Good morning,
great.
Captain.
Morning. And you are which of the
I
people?
am Mediator Tindy. I am here on behalf of Magistrate so-and-so. I understand that the number of disappearing off-worlders has only grown in number, and that the Empire is looking for an unaffiliated party to look into the matter on their behalf.
We're not looking for people to look into this. We can handle this. What I want is for you all to stay out of my business.
I wouldn't dream of interfering in your business, Captain. However, I have understood with my time on this planet that the Ithorians are very sacrosanct about the marsh surface of their planet, and I'm certain the last thing you want is for the Empire to mistakenly offend the inhabitants of this planet.
It kind
If
of
investigations were to if the investigations were to reach the ground level, so to speak.
They step towards you. Are you threatening us?
Not at all. I'm trying to help.
I think we have this under control.
If you don't want any of our assistance, I'll be happy to relay that to my superiors.
You do that. After all, the Empire knows what they're doing.
I couldn't agree more.
Either way, this is my 5th time talking to you, and I think I finally got my messages across. And he kind of just gestures to the door.
Okay. I thought we hadn't spoken before, but okay.
Not to you. He means just to your group.
Oh, in that case, I make an apologetic gesture and give him a shrug and say, of course, it can be so frustrating when there's a change in the chain of command. I am so sorry for any inconvenience this has put you through.
Just don't get in our way of questioning.
I wouldn't dream of it.
All right. As you, I'm gonna guess you leave.
If they're not forthcoming with anything else.
They don't seem to be forthcoming. I will say roll an insight check.
How do I do that?
Just click the word insight on your skill sheet.
Yep.
I do not see insight on... Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah.
13 without advantage.
Respectable.
Okay.
Do something.
Like, I feel like
if it meets,
there's
it meets.
leverage. I feel like there's leverage here to get him to come around, to persuade him that I'm not trying to get in his way or anything of the kind. But I also don't want to press that too much because he looks irritable. And he's wearing his helmet.
I would say that with the 13, which you beat his thing, it doesn't. You kind of get the feeling that it's not that they're not. It's not that they don't want to. It's that it seems almost as if they're actually trying not to.
Mm-hmm. All right. In that case, Tindy just takes a half step closer and says, "Are you certain there's nothing I can't take off of your plate?"
I'm pretty
I
confident.
know how busy you all are.
Unless you would like to come in for some questioning.
I'm happy to answer any questions the Empire has.
Great. As we'll meet with you tomorrow.
Just so how's your day?
As you have been invited to be interrogated.
Okay. Blink and makes their exit.
All right. As you start to go out the door, you see an individual getting pulled in. Clearly, not an Ithorian. As you see a Gungan, currently being escorted by 2 stormtroopers. As they go, I just don't know what you're doing. What did I do wrong?
Well, it's a
Where's
gun
you
from maybe
taking
just
me?
existing.
Yeah, that's rough.
It is rough.
Ridge, I sense a disturbance on this planet.
The one Gungan that was here. Anyway, yeah, they take the Gungan, and you are kind of pointed towards the exit.
Okay.
Right?
All right, yeah. So Tindy steps out and heads over to Zim. Well, they told me nothing useful, and now I'm being interrogated tomorrow.
Shit. Sometimes you have to watch what you're saying when it comes to those with authoritative power.
I did. I was.
All right. You know that what's next on your list is over at the atrium.
What business do we have at the atrium?
Seems to just be some general paperwork.
Okay.
And you kind of... Did I say atrium? That was not right.
Jeff, what is an atrium, Mr. Architect?
Yeah, it is pronounced atrium.
The botanical domes.
Oh, an arboretum?
Real quick, I'm gonna cut over to Rykon and Bridge. Unfortunately, it seems that any jobs over at the merchant place, the merchant district, has been taken for the evening.
Well, darn it. And that bridge is how I got a man shunned for pointing out an accounting error.
How semantic of you.
You know how my species works.
I know.
You... Good lord.
I don't think I'm wrong in my statement.
You... Sorry, that caught me off guard with that. You head towards the... You're currently heading through the botanical dome, heading towards the atrium. You see, however, a Ithorian currently sitting up on a stand. Like on this little stage with a bunch of other Ithorians around them.
Mm-hmm.
And he seems to be doing this not show, but kind of preaching.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of seems to like talking about something about the light and, the mother jungle.
Mm.
Moon speak.
As
I was about to make a joke about, like, no, moons are up there.
Count 6. The tides on this planet must be hell.
surfing is not a pastime here.
Yeah, multiple moons means your oceans are going to be a death trap.
Yep. As you're kind of like looking over at them, the man preaching kind of like looks over at you and like gestures you over to come listen.
Okay.
I think he's speaking to us.
We make our way over.
Oh,
Sorry.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
scene's
this
on
is-
us two right
yeah.
now.
This is Rykon and Yordrick.
Well, you
What's the turtle man doing here?
Sorry, I see Yordrick in the chat. Sorry, Bridge and Rykon.
Well, Bridge, do you feel like listening to this hippie's nonsense, or do you wish to find a job?
Oh yeah, you know me, is so religious.
We press on!
You press on.
I have no use for light side propaganda.
All right.
I live through fear and hate.
You press on.
You know what they say, you should fear the trees, because they're speaking Vietnamese.
That's a...
That's a statement.
Yeah, that's...
Have you not heard the...
No,
Yeah,
we're
but we're
moving
also
on.
live.
Yeah, not the best joke. Rykon, as you're kind of walking through the mechanical dome, you kind of look off to your left again, and passing you is a... you can't really tell the gender, but a blue individual being followed by a large brimmed hat individual.
The blue boys are out on a stroll.
As you kind of like look over at them, you and Tindy kind of make eye contact for a second. I need you both to roll me. Rykon, I need you to roll me a charisma, and I need Tindy to roll me a wisdom or charisma, depending, because of reason.
7. Look at us.
Right. That's amazing.
That is a 5.
This man
That
just
is.
put tomatoes in a fruit salad.
Neither one of you, ironically, catch the feeling of the force from one another.
Great.
Good.
Okay.
See what I was going to ask, if I could insight to judge their profession.
You could if you like.
Okie dokie. And I assume since Tindy doesn't really hide the vibes, low DC?
I mean, I imagine
19 anyway.
19's gonna do it. Unless Tindy, are you trying to not look like a official?
I mean, I am an official.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if you're
had to ask.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I don't think you're hiding the vibe.
No, like Tindy is walking with that somewhat stiff body language of the bureaucrat. You know, like they're carrying themselves with the kind of poise of someone who, you know, deserves to be respected, but like also isn't all look at me, I'm so important.
Yeah. Yeah, you can tell that they're a politician.
Idea.
Okay.
Never mind. That would involve my old inventory.
So, question, like, as we're making our way out of the building, and I presume on our way towards the Arboretum or closer to it, are there any, like, is there like a homeless Ithorian or something, or someone I can give the rest of the snacks to, since I didn't actually see anyone inside without a helmet on?
Oh.
I mean, yeah, you could just hand them out to people.
I mean, like, just give the whole box to one person and just like, here you go, and move on with my day.
Bro, now that the other two players can actually see us, Mike and I never described our characters.
Oh, right. Well, real quick, describe
Yeah.
what everyone sees.
Bridge?
You see a astromech unit of black and sort of a darkish bronze accent colors with looks kind of cobbled together, not in a bad way, but more in just stuff's been added to them and taken away repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see a 6'6" Mune with very lanky boy arms, a dark robe, an electro staff, basically that I'm using to walk with, deep, bright golden eyes, sharp teeth, and underneath the robe you can see a tight-fitted armored combat suit with trim of actual electrum inlaid into it.
Nice.
And a not rusty but one-armed Magna Guard. He's not fresh off the line, but he's not looking that bad. He's very well taken care of.
Looks like he's been repaired quite a bit too.
Yep.
Yeah. As you two kind of make eye contact though, seeing each other, you both hear a voice in your head. As a voice just says, "Come to me. To the surface. I can help." Raikon, that is the first time you have heard anything like that in a long time.
Bridge, what all do you speak again, boy?
I speak a lot.
Do you speak Huttese?
I do speak Huttese.
Okay, in Huttese. Okay, something just told me we need to go to the surface of this planet. Above game, Utakawa no da surface.
You told me before, Broden, that going to the surface of the planet is a big no-no, right?
It is, as far as you know, not allowed. You haven't actually looked into it much. All you know is that typically no one's allowed there.
I now
Does anyone here, because I think you would say this loud enough, does either Tindy or Zim speak Huttese?
Nope.
Nope.
All right.
And I will just gesture to Tindy. That looks like a politician. Should we try to take advantage of that situation?
Well, for context, this is all in Huttese.
Yes.
Yes.
Are you meaning to kidnap them or
No,
use
to
them
see
as
if
a job?
they could, I don't know, organize a way for us down there. We pass off as scientists.
You want to go to the surface of this planet, which, as far as I'm aware, is a no-no for most people because a voice in your head said to.
I have not heard the voice calling to me in 3 years.
What was
Also,
the last
not
thing
the
it said to
worst.
you?
Also, not the worst thing we've ever done.
What was the last thing the voice told you to do before going to the surface of the planet?
Go to that trash planet where I met you.
Oh.
Hmm.
Maybe we get a third guy. To, you know, do you not remember our blue friend who just sort of got patched out?
Yeah, he was OP.
Yes,
No.
he had to do everything around here.
Yeah.
Speaking of your blue friend, this person looks incredibly like them in a way.
Exactly, yeah, we can get a new one.
You have not seen a chist in a long time.
Yeah, I'm shocked I'm seeing one at all, given the fact that the Ascendancy isn't even in this galaxy.
Do you have any more information than just go to planet surface?
Something said it would help us.
Tindy, how are you reacting to suddenly hearing the voice again?
Well, they're still kind of reeling from the fact that the Death Trooper captain now wants them for questioning, just for coming into their office, and trying to think about, are there strings they can pull to get that rescheduled, and oops, I forgot, and if they have any kind of influence they can pull with their higher-ups, because otherwise they're just have an interrogation to look forward to tomorrow. When the voice hits them, I think they've got that practiced nothing face and they try to like It's being pulled in two very different directions. Like, it's a bit of a mood whiplash for them, and it's disorientating to say the least. Of like, you're going to be interrogated tomorrow. Come to the surface. And I think by this point, what catches their attention outside of their head is possibly either the Hutest speakers, which they don't understand, or the Ithorian soapboxers a few feet away, which they do understand.
Yeah, the Ithorian soapboxer, that one is in common. Like, that's classic common. Everyone can understand it.
Oh, okay, that makes
Oh,
sense.
he's got a speech doodle. Got it.
Yeah. So
I would like to approach Tindy with my entourage.
All right. You see the pretty pale skin, Moon and this droid, well polished droid, kind of stroll up to you.
As far as Tindy goes, how tall are they?
About 6 foot even.
Okay, so I do gotta look down a little bit. Pardon us, are you by chance an official for the government of this planet?
So long as the government is still running, yes, hello, can I help you with something?
Yes.
I'm mediator Tindy.
Charmed. I am a... Sorry. I am a xenobotanist named Dr. Tim, Timm, actual Star Wars name. And I was wondering if there'd be a way for us to visit the surface of this planet post-haste for some non-interfering observation and recordings of the natural flora.
That does sound like quite the tall order. Fortunately, the Ithorians can be quite tall. They look past Tim with two M's at the Ithorian talking about Mother Earth, or Mother Planet, Mother Jungle. And,
Mother Jungle.
Captain Planet.
And nods, implying that they would be the people to get any kind of dispensation from, considering the Empire is no help.
Lovely. Well...
And
Oh.
And you would be? I'm sorry, and your associates and your artificial associates?
The tall one simply can be called the Commander, and this one speaks for itself. You speak beep boop?
And they open their mouths and go,
Beep it a boop it up.
Oh, you can speak binary?
I thought that was one of the ones...
I gave everyone
Everyone
binary.
gets it for free, but...
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Bridge would have just rolled up. I'm Bridge. I'm a assistant of sorts in both defense and study.
Cindy's eyes go just a little bit extra wide and say, how wonderful, we love study.
the royal we. Now, I'll just have to ask this for the sake of it. Does Tindy just believe, or is there a deception that needs to be made?
About what? Believe what?
My identity.
Your identity? They're taking you at
Okay.
face value for now.
Didn't know if it was that secret, behind the eyes bullshitting.
No.
Okay. Based.
The lies are harder to remember, so we keep them simple.
Well, I'm not much for conversation. If you could assist us with getting that such dispensation, we'd be happy to repay you in one way or another. No, you cannot have the droid.
They shrug and offer the box of still warm treats that they picked up that only 2 stormtroopers had any interest in. And, well, if you may not be one for speech, perhaps you're hungry. A lot of people skipped breakfast this morning.
I will now roll to see if I fed purely on hatred or food. One moment. It is the dragon scale die is in the pouch. I take
They turn to the droids and ask, I have to know, how are you compensating for the humidity?
It's pretty damn humid.
You see, I have a very nice waxed coat that just makes it slide right off right now.
And the commander was built for war. It can handle a little bit of humidity.
How true. How true. And with nothing else to say, Tindy just takes a step towards the soapboxing Ithorians.
All right.
Follow them like a giant shadowy stand.
I will say, Tindy, what's also a little off right now, you'd recognize that droid anywhere.
Why would I recognize a droid?
Because those kind of droids were used in the Clone Wars. You
General
probably would
Grievous.
have seen one.
The model, yes, I recognize the model.
I think that's what he means.
Yeah, you recognize the model. You wouldn't recognize that droid specifically, but the model of the droid that it is, you'd be like, oof.
Yeah, like they're not warm and cozy or anything. They're just trying to get on speaking terms with everyone.
Yep.
That's fair. All right. You approach the soapbox individual who is just talking about Mother Jungle and how great they are and how they bring light to the planet of Ithor, and that here in a couple of days they will go on what seems to be called the Great Journey, where they invite Ithorians and people who might want to go. They don't typically get many takers from foreigners to come with them onto the planet forever.
Oh no.
Permanently, a pilgrimage.
It would be considered, yeah, it's typically called the Eternal Pilgrimage, because the only time, as you kind of listen in, the only time an Ithorian is allowed on the planet is if they stay there.
I just love that their idea of, oh, what's your great religious practice? Simple. We fuck off.
Kinda, yeah.
We go touch grass.
Forever.
And that they are going to be conducting one of these in about a week's time.
Uh-huh. Okay.
They say that you're smart and go play piano.
I mean, they kind of continue with this.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's kind of like, you know, they give out the message. Some people leave. More people kind of gather. They go through the message again.
Gotcha.
While this is happening, though, Rykon, you see coming up towards you are 2 stormtroopers.
Okay.
Excuse me.
As they approach, I have a request.
Hmm.
I would like to try to intimidate, but hear me out. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just trying to look intimidating.
Okay.
Not threatening or nothing.
Roll me an intimidation check.
Just the fact that I'm very tall. 19.
19.
Yes. And how may I help you,
Um,
gentlemen?
They look between you and then the battle droid.
Do not worry, it is unarmed and repurposed.
Right. We'd like to bring you in for some questioning.
On what charges?
Doesn't matter what the charge is.
If you have a question, you may ask it here.
We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
So was a 19 not enough to make them scared of me then?
They're scared, but you also have to consider who their boss is. You may not know them, but their boss did roll higher. I'm gonna peek behind their boss rolled a 26.
Damn it.
Yeah.
They're more scared of him than of
Then
you.
they are of you.
And I can't force cast, can I?
If you were,
Because I have an actual fear spell.
I would say if you try to cast or use any force ability now, it's gonna be very difficult to hide it.
Indeed.
But Tindy, this does seem unfair to you. They shouldn't be able to
yeah.
just take him in for a questioning like that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm already wanted for questioning. It's not like things can get much worse. I take a step forward, or Tindy's takes a step forward, and says to the stormtroopers, "Is there any? Yes, this model has been. How do I want to put this?
You can say disarmed.
Yes, this model's. Yes, this model has clearly been disarmed. But I want to commend the two of you for your insightfulness and your dedication to duty. Have you eaten this morning? And
Hey.
and make a mind trick.
Yo.
Target.
Sorry, that's just rad.
Let's see how that goes.
Waves your hand. You want donuts.
Choose a target within range. You can only choose one of them.
Okay,
Or
then
charge.
whichever is closer, and holding open the box of Ithorian pastries, like, more just trying to distract them and hope that they lose interest in the droid by, food.
Okay. Rykon, make me a perception check with this.
Woobity woobity. 9.
I'm gonna guess you're trying to hide this. I need you, Tindy, to roll a sleight of hand trick. Like a sleight of hand. To try to see if you can hide this action.
What? But does that require a hand gesture?
Typically, yeah.
Sometimes it's an expert wouldn't, but we're level 1.
Yeah.
Can I hide it with the box of pastries? Can I
That's
do
the
it
point of
underneath
that's
box
the point of the
pastries?
sleight of hand. Is see
Yeah.
if you were able to hide it under the pastry box.
Gotcha.
15,
15.
solid.
That's a 15.
Solid.
First is that don't work on him.
Okay.
That's a double natural 20.
Dear goodness.
Uh,
Doomed.
On a successful save, the creature realizes you try to use the force force to influence its awareness to become hostile towards you. As you try to do the trick and it feels the effects on their mind.
Oh, dang it! I thought that was the one that wasn't. That was. I thought that was the one that they didn't notice if it went awry. That's
It says on
me.
the bottom text.
Yeah, on a successful save, the character realizes that you tried. It's like the friend
Yeah.
spell.
Damn it! I'm sorry. I was thinking of affect mind, not mind trick.
You're good.
That's on
You're
me.
good. We're gonna roll on.
Yeah.
First off, I'm gonna do this. Okay. Because the thing is, not many people know about the Force and what it can do. He just knows you just did something to try to influence him.
Do pardon him.
With pastries.
As
Yes.
he means well. He's been holding that box all day, just someone wanting to take those swarm steaming treats. I'd like to deceive to try to cover his ass. Their ass, sorry.
Disadvantage. They are hostile towards you now.
That's fair enough. A +6 is more than I can ask for. 18.
24.
24?
Oh, sorry.
No. No,
okay.
no. I already have a +6 in deception, is what I meant.
Okay.
Yes. Dog, if I had +6, that roll out of wacky.
Okay. He looks towards you, Tindy, and just says, "Move along. You're coming in for questioning."
I looked at Bridge to see if he's,
And your
You-
droids.
Bridge,
Yeah,
you're just
sure,
gonna,
that-
in Hatiz. Bridge, you're just gonna take that?
You could start a fight if you want to, but that's up to you.
Let's let's lead him to a back alley.
I will go along for right now. I won't say anything. I'll just
Right.
start rolling forward as if I am the mindless, subservient droid that they think I am.
Well,
As I sharpen my knife. No. But maybe.
but maybe.
Alright.
I will turn to the commander and in beep boop will say, at the nearest chance, run into a secluded alley and we'll retrieve you.
Do you have any kind of locator on that thing?
I do not have a locator, but you can't miss him.
Yeah, that's true.
So I am gonna say this. He might not be he may not have weapons anymore. He's still a Madam Guard. They're going to put a droid restraint on him.
Damn it.
I'm sorry, but like,
Well, it's just more I'm kind of iffy because, well, now they're gonna find the lightsaber and we're hooped regardless.
not necessarily. You don't know what questioning means.
Oh, typically they're gonna check me for a weapon. But fuck
All
it,
right.
I deadass don't have a choice here.
All right, they're being escorted towards the police station. What are you two gonna do?
What can we do?
Yeah.
You can try to go and still defend them. You
anyone
can try to move on. It's up to you. You know that you're already going to be brought in tomorrow for questioning, though.
Zim suggests we might as well follow them. They're being questioned tomorrow, so maybe you can at least organize it so then we can get it all over with.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I
guys-
got nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's not much we really can do on this train.
Yeah. Sorry.
We could
You guys are. I'm gonna guess you follow, and they know who you are at the gate. They're just gonna let you in, Tindy.
Okay.
Is Zim still waiting outside?
Zim, you were told to wait outside. Yes.
Then Zim crouches down and sets up a tic-tac-toe board and makes the first move.
Bold.
You two are not taken to a interrogation room, actually. They do confiscate the electric staff, and they do put a restraining bolt only on the Madam Guard, as they put you in a cell. As that happens, you hear one of them put into the responder. We got 2 more of them. We can bring them down tomorrow.
Is Bridge with me in the cell?
Yes.
And is it safe to say those guards did not know what I told my Jordan when I spoke beep boop?
Nope.
I will continue to speak beep boop to Bridge. The nearest chance I get, I'm going to tear one of them in half.
I mean, I'm not going to stop you, but maybe wait to do it on the way out.
That's just the nearest chance I get. I mean, they put another restraining bolt and put you in a box. Do you not wish to join me?
They didn't put a restraining bolt on Bridge. They put it on.
No,
the
they did not.
Fair, my bad. They put you in a box.
I have ways to get out of the box.
Yes. The last time someone put you in a box, you beeped about it for a day.
Casey, You are currently in the middle of the police station as you see the 2 guards walk out of the room without the 2 that you were just with.
Uh-huh. I look around. Did I hear them say what they said about 2 more are going down tomorrow?
Roll a perception. Actually, you know what? Forget perception. Yes, you did.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm already in lukewarm water. I step up to, I take a step closer and say, down? That wouldn't be down to the surface of the planet, would it?
They look towards you, and they don't really know what to say about that because you overhear them. They go, wait here. As one of them walks towards the captain's office.
Yes, I've already spoken with the captain once today. He's made it perfectly clear he doesn't want any more interruptions with his business. I'm simply trying to clarify, because you do realize you're on a planet where they take the surface quite seriously.
You see the captain walk out of the office,
Great.
seeing you. They just go, yeah, they do take it pretty serious. Which is why what they don't know won't hurt them. Throw in the cell. Throw them into the cell. Sorry. As they grab you.
They put up very
Seems
little...
some sort of
they put up-
operation is happening.
Yeah, they hold up their hands in mock surrender and like, I will go peaceably.
Alright. They go and take you and put you in your cell. Zim, you are halfway through a game of, what was it?
Tic-tac-toe.
Tic-tac-toe with one of the guards.
Hell yeah!
Roll me a d20.
Jeff, do not fuck us on this.
10.
You've been going about half and half with them. You've been winning some, he's been winning some. It's been very, like, neck and neck. As you see 2 more of the guards kind of step out of the office, or of the building, and kind of look towards you. You're kind of distracted at the game at the moment.
You see him lightly sweating, and it's not because of the weather.
No. You have a 5-credit bet going on this right now. They invite you inside. Your associate needs you.
Zen, suddenly snapping out of his game trance, looks up almost a little shocked, and decides to go inside the office, but stays on guard.
Okay. They kind of take you into the office and lead you towards the cell. You see the large black armored man kind of standing there. And you see Tindy, Rykon, and Bridge with the Madman Guard droid on the other side.
I figured this would happen. Told you to watch what you say.
I did.
And look where you are now.
Question, Broden. Since this would naturally cause the anger to flare and Rykon to seethe, can I make another charisma to see if Tindy can feel me in the Force?
Would that be a perception roll for me?
It'd be a wisdom for you. Wisdom or charisma for you. Charisma for Rykon.
Let's use
15.
wisdom.
Ah! Nat 20, baby!
That is a 22
Tindy,
all told.
you can feel the dark side radiating off of Rykon.
Mmm.
Like if you weren't force sensitive, you would never feel this. But even if you were a little, you think you'd feel this. Rykon, you can feel a little bit of light, a little bit of dark coming from Tindy.
Ah, a good tepid bit of water.
Yeah, room temperature.
Yes, perfect. And Broden, it is 8:08. Did you want to take that break?
We will here in just a moment. What were you saying, Tindy?
Yeah, they trade the subtlest of knowing looks with the hot-headed dark side user in the next cell, and say nothing.
Yeah, you can both tell that it's clear that this man, the Death Trooper, does not seem to know.
Good.
But it does seem that for you, Tindy, this is someone who has been questioned for the last couple days and is getting really tired of having to make excuses over clearly something that they just kind of want dropped for personal reasons.
I get that, but like I've already offered to take this off of his hands, and he said no.
Exactly.
And now I'm in a jail cell, so I am out of recourse.
Yep.
Well, with that, we're gonna go to break.
Okay.
All right, so you guys are currently sitting in a jail cell. The kind of goes on a small explanation about how you will all be assisting the Empire on a little excursion trip.
Slaves. We brought slaves.
Slaves, yes. He's taking you as slaves to the planet's surface.
I just look at Bridge. It is ironic that we avoided such capture on Kessel, a literal slave mine.
Yeah.
Has Tindy noticed whether or not Zim clocks binary? Clocks droid language?
Oh,
I
crap.
do speak droid binary.
Yeah, I know, but I want to know if they've noticed.
Like, have you been acting like you're paying attention when I talk to Micah?
I catch a couple words here and there. Like there are some words here and there that catch my attention, but otherwise it's been me acting like I don't hear it.
Do you have a space harmonica?
Do Zim and I share a cell with Zim?
Yes, you share a cell with Zim.
Okay.
Is it just the one guy in here?
As of right now, you can see just one guard kind of standing stationary, like on the other side of the room, clearly just filling out the paperwork that his commanding officer has just kind of shoved upon him.
Quietly as they can, Tindy asides to Zim that, well, at least we have discovered the source behind the missing people. We've done one thing right today.
How big is the jail cell?
Yes, but we're all together.
I suppose that's one way of looking at it. And then Zen just tipping his head to cover his eyes and then bringing a straw out of nowhere, puts it in his mouth and lays back.
It's about 10 feet by 10 feet.
Gosh darn it.
What, were you gonna blow us up?
I might have blown up the wall or the door, but
Oh, they
we'd
probably
be caught
took
in the blast.
Bro, and they probably took my demolitions kit, didn't they, too?
Yeah.
I would hope they don't let me bring a bomb in here.
So there's one guy doing paperwork and one guy sitting over at a desk, correct?
Nope, just one guy's in there working on paperwork.
What kind of cells are these?
You two are currently in what seems to be the only, like, force field type cell.
Fair.
Tindy and Zim, who seem to be the least threatening, are currently in just like a regular jail cell.
Okay, so I can't get to where the locking mechanism is then.
Nope, we're ray
Would-
shielded.
You would have to somehow get past the panel on the wall.
Can I roll a technology to try to just look around to see if I can see where either the power to the shielding is or any sort of exposed machinery to it is?
I say that'd be an investigation check or a perception check.
May I assist?
Yeah.
There you go, Micah.
Investigation is a lot better, so we're gonna go with that.
15.
For 15.
Yeah, you know that on the bottom left towards the front of the cell, there is a panel that if you were to like take off a little bit, you could probably like reach behind and get into the power cell.
Okay. I'm gonna look up to Rykon. Do we want to try and see where this goes to follow your head voice, or do we want to get out of the box?
Depends. If they try to keep the commander, trust me, I will be in more trouble.
Did we see where the commander got put? Is he just...
He is
get taken to a
currently
storage closet or something?
he is currently sitting on the other end of the room, completely deactivated.
Okay.
Imagine the room like a rectangle
Mm-hmm.
with little boxes at the bottom.
Okay.
You guys are on currently the far left with Zim and Tindy on the cell right next to you, and on the far right end of the room is your droid that has been deactivated, just sitting there.
Okay. I mean, if we get taken down to the planet, I doubt they're going to bring the droid, so we'd have to come all the way back up here to
Yep.
get in. Well, I'm going to need a distraction then, as I'm going to just sort of mosey around the jail cell for a little bit and then stop in that location and then look
Okay.
over to Rykon.
I could kill him. That's distracting.
No one else in the room right now.
Okay.
As I told you, there's one guard in there who just currently is casually filling out paperwork.
And he's
He's currently sitting on a stool.
He's not looking at me. I have an idea.
Okay.
I, due to the fact that this is not, the ray shield cannot block this, would like to use Enfeeble.
Okay.
Whiz save against my DC, and it should, never mind. It doesn't need to be higher. I'm just mad. Or he's gonna take some necro damage, which I would try to focus on his tum tum.
All right. He looks like a bottom rank trooper, so.
Yeah. Fail.
All right, roll that damage.
Okay. D8. Sorry, I put away the die roller. He's taking a necro damage enough to give him a tummy ache.
All
I
right.
would...
He does seem to like wince in pain for a moment.
Officer,
I'm gonna-
if you're feeling ill, you may wish to take care of that before it spreads.
Oh, shut up. Oh.
I looked at Bridge. I can do it again.
He starts making his way toward the door. He seems to look like he's heading towards the bathroom.
When
Okay,
he's
you
out
have.
of immediate ice shot, I'm going to use my integrated Tinkerer's tools to mess with the energy gauge shield part.
Okay.
Is that going to be a roll of intelligence, I'm assuming?
Yep. This is just how much. I guess. Hang on, let me pull up a sheet. Because I think there's an actual skill for that. Technology. It'd be a technology roll.
Oh, I can just use technology?
Yeah, because you're fiddling with technology.
Sweet.
Okay. Let me cancel, gosh darn it. Right, so...
Okay. You see the cell.
I am going to use a potent aptitude to add a d4 to that.
Okay.
Move
Question.
character sheet.
Could make a difference.
Yeah.
Question.
Yes.
12.
The droid that's been deactivated that's in the corner, do I have line of sight to it? And is its power switch somewhere visible?
So you can see it from where you're at. I will say it doesn't seem to be deactivated by power switch. It seems to have a
Restraining bolt.
restraining bolt on it.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, dang it. It
Real
says
quick,
not being worn.
Bridge, with that 12, you are able to bring down the power cell.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Bridge.
You don't know how long you have until that stormtrooper gets back, though.
Is the rest of the cell physically locked, or is it just now openable?
It is now just openable. Pretty much, there wasn't actually cell bars, it was just a force field.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I will walk past the ray shield and
I will
gesture
get out
to...
as well.
I will gesture to the cell with the other two. Bridge, do what you can. I'm going to do what I can for the door.
Is there just a key in the room that I can use?
No. Everything's electronic. You could just try to, like, technology roll the door shut.
You are an astromech unit.
Yes, I could do that. What
I'm...
is Tinker's implements used for specifically? Tinker's implement use general tools, craft small and versatile trinkets. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I will attempt to get the other two out of their cell because they might be meat shields.
Okay.
I will
Charming.
try to find a heavy thing and put it in front of the door.
Question
Alright.
for the DM. This is a shenanigans check. Could force pull be used to pry off the restraining bolt?
What do you mean the ability?
I like where you're growing.
You gain the minor ability to move or manipulate creatures and objects. With the Force, you can exert fine control on objects with your telekinetic grip, such as manipulating a simple tool, opening a door or container, stowing or retrieving an item, or pouring the contents from a vial. Alternatively, you can push or pull a creature or object you can see. You can use the Force to move a medium or smaller creature or object not being worn or carried within range. That's why it's a shenanigans question, because it's technically being worn.
This can work, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to, and I'm not going to make a show out of it or anything, but Tindy would reach out internally, and once it's been made clear, overhearing enough binary, that the droid in the corner has a restraining bolt on it, they would attempt to pry it off and like, oh, shoddy Imperials must have rushed.
Yep.
Kind of thing. So, can I make an attempt for that?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that this...
Is this you just do it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would say this is probably you just do it simply for the fact that there's no lock on these. It's just you put it on and it just deactivates the droid.
Like
You're pretty much
magnets.
just unlocking it. Yeah.
Yeah, the restraining the restraining bolt clatters to the ground. It does not come to Tindy. It just bounces ineffectively to the floor. Like, oh, someone must have done a rush job.
I will just chuckle and say, your work is appreciated, mediator. Now, Bern, how many doors are in here?
There is one door leading to the outside.
We may wish to make haste. Being inconspicuous without group is difficult.
I will attempt to open their jail cell.
Is my stuff in
All right.
there?
I would say that, yeah, most of your stuff is actually already in here. They just locked you up. Like, they are
Spectacular.
still going through the process.
I grab my staff.
Okay.
What do you want me to roll to try to get
The
them
mediator grabs their heavy pistol.
Alright, real quick. Bridge, I need you to roll me a... This is an actual lock.
out?
So this is sleight of hand.
No, I'm not gonna say anything. Oh,
Somehow you really locked it. Like, you're just not sure this door can't open again.
Is it an electronic lock or?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it right now, it's electronic lock. You just reset the password to something you don't even know.
I'm just gonna take my spectrum ray and shoot acid
Well, no,
at the hinge.
I'll say I have an idea actually.
Hang on a minute.
Jeff.
So, to pull off a bit more of shenanigans, Zim would like to use the straw that he's been chewing on to try and pick the lock.
Mine is less shenanigans.
Maybe pushing it.
Mine is a lot
Straw-
less shenanigans.
A straw is going to be really hard to pick a lock with, I feel.
I would like to use my either my electronic stick or my ability to shock to short out the lock and try to turn it off. Or would
Okay.
that make things worse?
I would say that if you do that, they're probably going to be a bit alerted because you were going to fry their system.
Okay, then I will explain that to Bridge. Look, I can get them out, but then they'll be alerted. Possibly. Do you wish to stand guard with the commander?
I mean, we could just try to do this without drawing attention.
I will also remind you, this is like a regular cell.
Mm-hmm.
A simple, like, you have two people with laser swords.
That don't work.
One side of yours works.
Oh!
Remember. Yeah, no, I said one side of yours
Oh.
works. The issue was with the other side not working.
Ah, well, I'm gonna go use the bathroom.
Okay.
Actually, before I go, I'll just look at Tindy. And is his lightsaber in the room? Their lightsaber?
They
Their
never took either of
lightsaber
yours.
was-
Both of yours are hidden.
Ah.
Yeah.
If you are what I think you are, get yourself out.
They narrow their eyes at you and say, if I were what you think I am and was so brazen, I would have ended up in the cell a lot sooner. And they try to use force push on the
Okay.
lock of their door.
Click that one for me so that I can see.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you already have. From before. Power improves with a higher level. D4. All right, roll me a D4 kinetic damage.
Roll a d4. Oof. That's a 1.
It bends a little bit, but it doesn't look like it's going to budge with that.
All right.
Alright, I'm good.
Okay.
Did he get out?
Nope.
Okay.
They try to use force push to open it, but rolled a 1 for the damage.
Well, I'll just look at him and just say, look, we're fugitives regardless. And I will ignite a crimson red lightsaber. And just Z-cut the bars. Actually, no, that's too gauche. Just gonna cut off the locking mechanism.
Okay.
Two
You
ghosts.
slash at the locking mechanism. The door starts to boom as you can open it now, but it's been very clear it's been cut with something.
And I just look at Tindy. Fear not, I am not the one that hunts you. Put my lightsaber away.
Both of you would have heard rumors of Jedi hunting Sith. So
Yeah.
That's why I had
They
to
blink coolly and say, before today, no one was hunting me.
give it time.
with the right crowd.
Can I go by the door and try to listen to see if anyone heard the commotion going on?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me a perception check.
Commander, stomp the...
23.
Natural 22. All right. You're kind of able to even tap in a little bit to their system, listening through like different sensors they have around the building.
Mm-hmm.
It seems that the person who initially had to went to the bathroom because they felt a pain in their gut is on their way back. You can tell through the cameras. Most of the guards are starting to head out for their duties, and the commander is. There's no camera in the office, but it doesn't look like they've left the office.
Okay, our friend here is going to be back any moment. Seems like there's a lot of people out right now. Do we need to try to run or take him by surprise?
Well, you know me. I think jumping him might be the easiest way.
Remember, there's something heavy in the front of the door.
Yeah, I did put a heavy in front of that. And by the way, I am tossing Zim his blasters.
You're
Alright.
all fully armed again.
Bully. Yeah, Tindy pulls out their heavy blaster pistol and keeps it at the ready, but they have made no reach for anything else.
A politician's staple.
Well, if we're gonna surprise him, we need to move this out of the way.
Words can only be so effective.
Okay, Commander, move the heavy.
All right. It's
He's
a man
strong.
android.
Yeah,
It
he's
will
strong.
It will easily move it out of the way.
And I'm just gonna get on, like, one side of the door, electro staff above my head, ready to just jam it into him.
All right.
I will ready a spectrum ray of electricity to electrocute him.
All right.
Oh my god.
You have. I will say you have to kill him in order for no one to notice. Like, with these moves.
I just look at the two in the cell. Going to help?
Oh, we've stepped. I'm sorry, I wasn't clear. Yeah, I've
yeah.
stepped out of the cell.
I thought Zim was still in it. That's my beat.
Yeah, Zim is currently right next to you at the door, waiting to finish it off in case the guy is still alive.
Good. And try not to shoot if you do not have to. It might get a little loud. As we all get ready to ambush with the commander safely in the corner.
Okay.
No shoot.
The man walks through the door, and all you hear is him go, "Oh, that's so much better." As he looks at all of you, door closes behind him. I'm gonna guess you all make your attack rolls.
Yep.
Yes.
14.
17.
Miss. All with advantage. This is a surprise
Oh.
attack.
Oh. 22.
19.
Hit.
7
Wow.
kinetic.
All right. Zim, you miss.
My weapon is in here incorrectly because it should be doing electric damage.
All right.
Do 8 electric damage.
No, mine should be. So that's 15. Quick.
He's done. Dead.
Okay. You just see this man get blue lightning shoved through his entire body.
Yeah. If there was anyone on the outside, all they heard was a bzz. As-
Just the frame is out in the hallway, the door closes behind him, there's just some light under the doorway and the sound of a bug zapper going off.
pretty much, as you now have a very dead clone trooper. Armor still intact.
I was gonna say, hey, would Zim be the same size as this individual?
Zim's height is 6 foot 6.6 inches.
Never mind. No.
Hey, tall boys!
The
I
one
am green.
closest to this height would be Tindy.
Now, Mediator, are you opposed to a little costume party?
How realistic do we think that putting on a recently electrocuted set of stormtrooper armor is? How beneficial do we think that's really going to be in a group of 4 other heavies and 2 droids?
Depends on how you use it.
Let's say, if
Yeah,
we
it's all
get
about
caught,
attitude,
it could at
man.
least be I'm taking the prisoners down to the surface.
That is an excellent idea.
Yeah. First rule of Enine infiltration, take on their appearance.
We might need this.
That makes sense. That does make sense. So yeah.
Put your guys' self in the bottom down here.
Ping it.
I am.
I see nothing.
Weird.
I see an empty grid.
Empty grid.
Yeah,
Really?
empty grid.
Have you moved us over on the top?
Oh, you know what I think I did?
Hmm.
Did I put this on
The GM layer.
the GM layer?
Yeah, been there. Well, Bridge, I have a bad feeling about this. We got
Have
our
good
quota
feelings.
out. Oh wait, what? It's Star
I
Wars.
can't even see my character sheet anymore. Yeah.
I don't know about. Mike, it's Star Wars. We gotta say it at least once. It's in every movie.
It
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
The phrase "I have a bad feeling about this" is in every single Star Wars film, even Rogue One. Arguably one of the better ones. Okay.
Do you see anything now?
I see boxes.
Yes.
Yes. You
We
are
see the outline of a room. I do not see characters. I do not see the...
You gotta drag your own character on there. So you go to the
Yes,
journal
You are.
and you drag your name onto the thing.
Where is the journal?
It is the third tab, the same place you got your character sheet.
The third anything here is a magnifying glass.
Oh, sorry, on the far right, on the top right, you have chat, art library.
There
and
is
then
nothing
your-
on the upper right.
How'd you get your character sheet open?
I mean, it was open until we got to the GM layer. But like anything in the upper right has disappeared.
Broden, drag him on, please.
I will do so.
Try refreshing too, it might help. Yay.
All right.
I say we were here. Jeff and I were right there.
Okay.
Just zippity zap. And then I after Tandy changes into the armor, I have the commander throw the meat into a cage.
All right. They throw it into which cell?
Our old one, and then I turn the ray shield back on.
All right.
I'd check his person to see if he has any credits on him first.
My man.
You find 30
I
credits.
cannot move my character.
Oh, it's because Broden dragged it on there.
There we
Drag the name onto there, and you should be able to. Yep.
There we go.
Come on down with us.
Down here.
Bridget
No,
pulls the
Tindy
credits
changed
out of his-
sides.
just pulls the credits out of his body as he's out of his pocket as he's being thrown in the cage. Well, I'd say this already has been a very lucrative job. Hey, Rykon.
Indeed, my mechanical friend, and that is why you always keep a good droid. But don't forget.
All right. It takes you probably not too long, maybe 3 minutes to switch into the full outfit of the stormtrooper.
Who's carrying my stuff?
Points to the Magna Guard. That's his entire purpose.
Yeah, the Tindy has carefully packed up everything from their robes and so forth, and just finds some place to hang it on the back of the Magna Guard, out of the way, I guess.
Oh, come
All
on,
right.
you're a coat rack.
I appreciate your service.
He just looks at you because he don't speak English.
What does he speak? Binary?
He does speak beep boop, but he doesn't really
Beep.
talk.
Beep boop. Beep boop. I appreciate your service. Boop
Beepity.
beep beep.
He does the Italian beepity boopity hands.
Nice.
Does a little dance for you.
All right.
The universal language.
Seems your plan is to try to lead them out.
Where is the exit? Oh, there it is. It's marked exit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Top
Convenient
left.
sign.
You know that the chief's office is right over here.
Got it. That's
Second door to the
very
left.
useful. That's very useful.
Okay.
Okay.
Question
Yes.
for Casey. On just a scale
Hit me.
of bad to okay to good, bless you, how good is your deception? Just using bad, okay, good.
That's a good question. I'm not sure. Where is my character sheet?
At what?
I was asking you how
Just-
good their deception was, but without trying to ask for numbers.
There's a. Well, I mean, since I'm a newbie, there's a 4 next to the word deception. So
Given our
Shallow.
level, pretty good. Okay, just making sure someone
I mean,
can talk us out.
in character, their answer is it's kept me alive this long.
Tool of the trade. So, need be, I will try to assist with deceptions.
Okay.
All right. They gesture carrying the stormtroopers. So is the stormtrooper, did they carrying a pistol or a rifle?
They carry a rifle.
Okay, so yeah, they take the rifle and adapt however much proficiency from a heavy pistol they can and gesture for the door and says, no sudden moves.
As I will... Now, Brian, will you allow a non-verbal deception? Like, as in just through body language?
Yes.
Okay, so the staff is I'm gonna either conceal it if I can, or just give it to the commander.
Yeah, it would have to be given to the commander.
Okay.
You're not gonna be able to conceal that.
Yeah, that's fine. I give it to the commander, and I act like my hands are bound behind my back. Do I need to roll deception or performance?
I would say a group performance roll from everyone.
Okay.
Oh.
15.
Uh,
Yo, attaboy, Jeff.
Oh my god.
We're going to Spacies after this one.
8.
Let's go, Jeff!
Yeah, I'm gonna say Jeff pulled you through on that one. That was 2 successes and 2 successes, but the nat 20 counts for an extra one, so it's 3 successes and 2 failures.
We got this,
As
Jeff.
well perform the act. Get help.
Okay.
Mhm.
Tindy, you have a difficult time pretending to be a stormtrooper. Obviously, just it's out of your range at the moment, at least. Rykon, you're doing pretty good. All of you are blown away by Zin's performance. You all look at him. He looks like a broken man.
Bridge tears up a little.
He looks like everything has been lost to him. And
This is a man without freedom.
Great. Now
The
I'll never get a
stormtrooper
job with-
initially
I'll never get a job with a criminal record.
The one stormtrooper does come up to you though, Tindy, and says, "Where are you taking the prisoners?" Understood. Carry on.
I mean, I could say something if Casey is dead.
I will allow it because they seem to not be at the mic at the moment.
I apologize. I was on mute and did not realize I was on mute.
Okay, you're
They
alive.
say, they say they're on the first detail down to the surface. You know how it is.
Oh, right. Looks over at Zim. He was a weak-spirited one, wasn't he?
It took a lot. It took, and yeah, this is again bad acting. Is like, what do you expect from one of those?
He looks at you for a solid 10 seconds, just,
Hey, in Tindy's defense, the Empire, super duper racist.
Not all of them, though.
But
Some
it
of
has
them
an
are just
organism.
Most of them. Like,
Most
if
of
you're
them,
gonna
yes.
wear, if you put on a stormtrooper outfit for work, odds are
You don't like the
That you
Xenos.
that you share those sentiments. And besides, they're covered head to toe, so they're not looking blue right now.
True.
Yeah, they're quite happy.
Is Zim the
What do you
gist? No,
expect
Zim
from
is the
one of
Duros.
them?
Sorry, I gotta...
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Zim is a
sorry.
Zim is a Duros, and Jesus.
Stormtrooper goes, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Anyways, yeah, get him down to the ship. You need any help escorting them?
Nah, I've got these. They're broken.
Looks over at them. Yeah, seems like it. Alright, I'll tell the captain.
Looks at the actual broken droid.
He
especially
just
him.
kind of...
And the stormtrooper says, "Don't bother. He's already bitten my head off for being late twice today. He'll get the update he'll get the update."
Alright. Just to make sure he does.
This idea is paying
Alright.
off.
Alright, see you, Mark.
They give a little nod and just start walking.
Alright.
See, Tindy
He-
had the
they
T. Tindy had the
Just
T vouching for
successfully
him.
lead you outside the police station.
See, they were gonna question him, bro, but Tindy had the T.
The stormtrooper does look over to you though as you're going. He goes, "You do know where you're taking them, right?"
And sarcastically cracks back, "Where else would I be taking them? What's the best route these days?"
Oh, yeah, they did do a little construction recently. Yeah, take them through the mechanical domes, and you can find, a faster route down the alleyway, and he like gives you the directions.
Sweet.
Just go, lower observation deck, right hand side, out of the way of most people's sight.
Makes sense. And they give the curt nod of obeisance and say, thanks a lot, and head for the exit.
Micah,
I
can
said
you not
move.
Micah, can you not move your thing?
I can.
Okay.
You lead him out the door. Zim starts breaking into tears, in a stunning performance as you do.
Tindy, with as much disgust as they can muster, to say, pull yourself together.
Do you pistol whip him?
I prod with the pistol,
Okay.
do not whip.
The prodding's enough. It was a natural 20.
I am so sorry.
But yes, you are able to get out of the police station.
Great.
Hey, Toma.
Tindy's skin is crawling. They want to get this uniform. They want to get this uniform off as quickly as possible.
Yeah, we gotta find a back alley, and we're all gonna stand with our backs turned while they change.
All right.
Disgusting.
I just,
You're able to do so fairly easily.
I just look at
Yeah.
Bridge. You know, it's a shocker that's happened twice with us.
Not really.
Tindy manages not to throw up while they're taking off the armor of the oppressors, and just force pulls the bundle of robes and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're just about finishing changing when you do hear alarms in the distance from the police station. It appears they most likely just found the body. And
Time we
cells
were
empty.
on our way.
Very
Yeah.
possibly.
Well, that Mark fellow gave his life for the cause. Good.
After Tindy has changed, Zen says, well, I might get another chance with those alarms going off, and then just hits Tindy in the back of the head. Be careful next time you're prodding me.
Whoa!
You shoot them?
No,
I
like
hit
a
the-
smack upside the head.
Oh, I heard shoot and I was like,
Bang!
whoa.
Oh shit! This
That-
video.
That comment on Duros really hit home earlier.
That is
Yeah,
our
they-
word.
They catch your wrist. They say, "Don't touch me," like that.
I mean, to be fair, it was part of a performance. If he did not
And I-
prod you, we may not have gotten away. Okay, our pants on.
Tindy's robes of a diplomat, a consular, have been affixed. Yes.
Spectacular, as we were. Now, Bridge, get us the nearest way to safety, if you would.
Define safety at this point.
Away from the police.
No one is shooting at us or actively hunting us.
And preferably
That
not
is
racist.
that is a very apt description. Okay, then. You still want to go to the surface? You sure about that?
Yes.
Yeah, fine.
Wanting to go and being called to go are two very separate things.
The
What,
last
do you have
time
a
I
voice
felt...
inside your head too?
They say nothing.
And that's a yes. It's easy. The last time I felt a voice in my head, I ended up with Bridge, another one of your kind, and a Rancor.
Oh, you've met other Pantorans, they say, completely stone-faced.
Pantorans don't have red eyes.
I forgot my contact lenses this morning.
Oh no, I was about to say, I'm really high right now.
Looks
All that
over to
space pot.
cough. Hold on. Bridge looks over to Zim. What about you? You got a voice in your head too?
Nope. Not
Would
at
you like
all.
one?
Okay, we're the sane ones then. Moving on.
You can stop. I would say you'd be able to stop at one place before. If you're trying to make the transport, that is. Like their
Okay.
transport, you would have time to stop at one place.
I would request... Now, this can be turned down by the group. Brendan, are we cool to discuss this above game?
Yeah, go right
Okay.
ahead.
I would request Be trying to find like, I don't know, black market tech shop so I can get a new emitter for my lightsaber, because I am not good with fighting with a single blade. I use pull-ups.
Tindy, you would know that these are the shops in the marketplace district.
Mm-hmm.
A small droid shop, a droid part shop, a blaster/weapon shop, a common electronics
Electrical?
store. Good
Space
lord.
Best Buy?
A medicinal store, a utility store, an artisan store, tool store, and a ship dock.
Well, they're going to be looking for us on the ship dock. I think our best
Yeah.
options are to stock up and get down. Get planet side.
So
Yes.
probably the tech shop and
Yeah,
the,
probably the tech
in
shop
the
is my vote,
loose
just
hope
because...
that they have what you need.
Yeah,
So the electronics store?
Yep,
I
Space
guess so.
Best Buy.
Alright. I need a stealth check from the group.
I'm
as you were trying
proficient
to
in this.
As you are trying to sneak through the city. I will say an advantage, because you do have the holographic map, you were able to find the alleyways.
15, 24,
Ah.
nat 20, and 20.
God!
And then-
What's wrong, Broden? Did you
You've
have
been
an
in this-
encounter planned?
Indy is stealthy
Not
today.
anymore.
That's a 12. That's a 20.
I press a
Yeah,
button.
get ready
Jesus,
for that,
Jeff!
As,
How?
What?
Rykon,
Hold
you
on.
were thoroughly impressed by this group's ability.
Yep.
Bridge, you find these little paddings for your droid feet that will seem to will stay on for a little bit. As you're moving very quietly now, just silently.
Jeff, you're gonna after this.
How
You're
do you
gonna
have
have
a
to.
+8
Yeah,
to stealth?
you're gonna have to explain that.
So part of the bounty hunter background, I took the stealthy feat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did that give you like expertise in stealth or something, or just a
Yep.
flat bonus?
Because I already had a proficiency in stealth.
All right, vibe on.
Yeah.
Okay then.
It all checks out, trust me.
No, well, no, I was not doubting that it was legal. I just like how do.
Like, damn.
An explanation was required.
Yeah.
Alright. Minnie
You
the
are-
Minnie the Moocher comes out of bridge while we sneak.
You easily get to the electronics shop. In fact, most of the troopers haven't seemed to have made their way to this section to look for you yet.
Good.
The last thing they'd expect of us is to do a little shopping on our way out of town.
Very true.
Everyone knows criminals hate Radio Shack. But yes, I will look for something that could function as a lightsaber emitter for my patchwork lightsaber.
All right.
Mm.
I need a investigation check. I will allow Bridge to help since he has probably been helping you find this stuff for a while.
Well, that's what I was gonna argue. Could Bridge look and I help him, showing yes, that's it.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, thank God, Micah, you're probably way better at that than I am.
You said investigation?
With
Yes,
advantage.
with advantage.
Okay. Ugh.
14.
14.
You needed
It's
a 13.
just one of those scenes where he
Yeah.
has his little clampers out and he's just like, no,
You
just go
are
into a
a
random drawer.
you do find the part you need.
Good.
Good condition too.
Do I see a
Now,
price?
Yes. It seems that this emitter is about 100 credits.
Do we still have that stormtrooper rifle? I'm not gonna rob him. I'm just
Yeah, you
For
said you guys.
tradesies?
for tradesies. I was going to attempt to persuade a trade, given that if I am persuading to barter, I have expertise. Broden, is that feasible?
Let me look up the price of a blaster rifle.
So, you got any
Okay.
space twos?
Roll me a persuasion.
Okay, add 4, okay?
Yep.
25.
They're very hesitant at first to buy this because it's clearly a standard issue weapon.
But it's still in great condition, fully loaded.
That it is.
Never
And they
been
don't want to
fired.
pass up the possibility of not having it.
Mm-hmm. Plus, they don't know what this piece of junk is. Lightsabers were banned.
That is true. They're willing to make the trade. They're also going to pay you 25 credits because the blaster rifle is really pricey.
I thank them for their smart choice.
Right. It will take you a moment to put that and install it.
Oh,
but
yeah.
as of right now, you have the part.
I figured I would do that when I was safe.
Yes. I would say next time you have a short rest, you could easily do it.
That's what I plan to, so that works.
Yeah. Right.
I appreciate your
while
time,
they-
Ithor.
While they are transactioning, Tindy steps off to one side and on their data pad messages their superior, whoever told them to look into the missing people, and inform them that it appears that the Empire, the on-the-ground stormtroopers are the ones facilitating the disappearances, and that Magistrate so-and-so should be at their absolute most careful around Captain Death Watcher, Death Trooper.
I like both.
But also, like, a regretful, like, I apologize for not being able to come into work tomorrow. You will not see me again. Essentially.
How many sick days do I have?
I mean, I'm sure you mentioned Ben threatened leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Easy enough. You are able to send that message to your. I would guess the person that's on after you.
Yeah. Basically, I'm trying to make problems down the road for the captain.
Fair. And you are able to send that to them. You won't know the outcome of that for right now.
Nope.
But
Nope. Oh, I don't expect to know the outcome anytime soon, if ever.
Yeah.
But like,
It's-
just
It's still good to do.
yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So, I'm gonna. With that, you are able to find the part. You are able to send the message. Does anyone else like to do anything? I will put up right now the electronics shop so that you can all view it. All right. That is what is currently in the electronics shop. You may have to refresh your page to see it.
Cool.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, that's...
Okay, we have a comm link, a comm jammer, a hands-free comm link, a holocom, a holo trace device, a pocket scrambler, a data recording and storage code cylinder, a data card, a data pad, a holocron, a holo recorder, a stylus pen, and a wrist pad.
I will also say, because you did just make the trade with the blaster rifle, you have 200 extra credits to spend as a group.
Oh, we get credit? Haha.
Did I correctly hear you say that the electronics shop had a holocron in
That's
there?
why I'm
Not
confused.
hang on. Not Jedi or Sith holocron. Holocrons are still just used sometimes to record messages.
He's right, but
Ah.
we were smart to question it.
Oh, absolutely. No. If this would have been a Jedi or a Sith holocron, it would have. I will state it.
Yo, is this
Also,
one,
not being a regular electronics store.
I would say, is this the one with the list of all the Force babies?
No. That one's currently being sought after in another story.
I vote we grab a code cylinder. Just we don't know what we're gonna get.
Yeah. If
Do
you
we
find a
need
computer,
individual comms?
I have
I
one.
have one. I got one from my
I don't know
background
what I
stuff.
have.
Yeah, Mike and I got one from the last game.
I do not have a comm. I should get a comm.
Yeah, we should get you one. 50 credits. That's we have 150 left to play with. You cool grabbing a code cylinder? We
How
don't
much
know
is a
if
code cylinder?
20 credits.
20.
Yeah, I can spend 20 credits on a code cylinder.
Well, remember we have 200 and straight credit from after the rifle.
Oh,
So
sorry.
that's 50. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's 150 left. But I don't like to spend group money without group consent.
Oh, you weren't asking me. You were asking the group. Sorry,
Yeah.
that wasn't clear
No,
to
you're
me.
good. Well, you're part of the group, so I was technically asking you. So
A
what do you-
comlink weighed 50 pounds?
That
I
I
bet-
doubt.
No, I think that's
Could
a
it be
typo.
half a pound?
It's 5 pounds. Sorry, I accidentally deleted the decimal.
They are essentially a Nokia phone.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Hands free
Okay.
because I have no hands.
Yeah.
But yeah, how about we could grab, because we have $1.50 left to work with, a data pad and 2 code cylinders, or we could just keep some money. Actually, well, this is straight up store credit anyway. Yeah,
I think the code cylinders would be useful. Yes.
Yeah, at least have 2 in case there isn't something important.
Yeah,
And then
this is pretty much if one of you decides to hack a system, you can store whatever information you find on one of these.
Gestures to my
Gotcha.
mechanical friend.
I also say that is actual proof you would have then, not just by word of mouth.
Yep. So we could grab 2 of those and a data pad, and that's the most bang we could get for our buck. Unless, Jeff, do you not have a communicator?
I do not.
Okay.
Yeah, most classes don't start with a communicator.
Okay, so that would leave us with 100 to work with, and we could just get 5. Then we could get up to 5 code cylinders, or 1 data pad.
Question: what is the? I'm feeling a pull towards the stylus pen, and I'm willing to spend my own credits to do so. Is that something that could be useful down the road?
I think that's how you write on a data pad.
Ah, okay, never mind.
It is.
Good
we're
instinct.
Yeah, it's designed to write on both solid surfaces and touchscreen interfaces.
Gotcha.
I'm down
Okay.
for 5 code cylinders, and we just give them to Bridge.
I have no objections to that.
That's after getting Zim
up
and
for that.
Tindy communicators. Okay, yeah. Broden, you heard it. Also, Broden, I assume those aren't 50 pounds, too.
No. Again, if anything, it looks like an out-of-place pound weight. It's most likely that a decimal was lost somewhere.
Okay,
like
Micah,
all the 50s, they're 5 pounds.
Micah, you now have 5 code cylinders, and both our 2 blue friends have comlinks.
The stylus pen actually, I think, might be 0.5.
That makes a lot more sense. A
I'm
5-pound
concerned.
pen.
Yeah, no. I think, yeah, actually,
I think the
yeah,
code
because it would have the
cylinders are
0 in
same.
front of it. Anything that says 50 LB, 0.50.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense with the comlink.
The comlink
Yeah.
is half a pound.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, yep. So, Micah, add that to your inventory.
I have
Also,
5
I will.
loads
I'm pretty
cylinders.
sure, Tindy, you have a data pad.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, spectacular. Yep. Yep, 5 code cylinders and 2 phones.
All right, they give you the money. I mean, they give
Hurrah.
you the items.
Hoola.
Spectacular.
I'm gonna guess you're gonna take a quick moment to link your comm links.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Deedly deet.
Beep boop.
So here's my number.
Make sure. Yeah.
Beep boop bop, beep boop.
Quick, Bridge, add me on Snapchat.
I don't have Snapchat.
But this motherfucker's on Space Tumblr.
Alright, add me on Facebook.
Ah, I switched to
This
MySpace.
is Facebook.
Sorry, Jeff, I only have the Spacetagram.
Oh, it's a good thing I also have MySpace. Thanks, Tom.
Yeah.
No,
I was trying to remember what that one was. All right.
Thank you, Team 4-Star. Years of entertainment.
You are fully kitted with what you could get at the electronics store.
This seems like
I'm glad you chose the electronics store. The electronics store and the weapon shop are the only places you would have been able to find a piece
Yep.
for the lightsaber.
So yeah, no, very organic little shopping trip.
Yep. All right. Where to next?
I think we go down to the surface.
We have
So
some
we gotta
prisoners
try
to
and catch
liberate.
their ride, and I'm guessing talk our way onto their vessel.
Well, you no longer have the stormtrooper outfit, so
Yeah.
Yo,
I
got
will say,
puppies.
is oh. So you're all deciding to go try to make your way over to the ship.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna keep the stealth rolls from before, as you were able to make it to pretty much the drop-off point for prisoners.
And is anyone from the crowd of Ithorian soapboxers from before around? Like, are they also taking a ship surface-wise, or is it just the Imperial presence?
You know that a ship for the showboxers is leaving, but it's not leaving for a couple days.
True. Yeah.
So it's either fight your way on now or try to hide until you can get on that one.
I suppose the first place the stormtroopers would check is Tindy's house, so that as a safe house is out.
Yes,
Yeah.
that place is probably being searched right now. you
Does
guess.
Tindy have any acquaintances that would be willing to harbor us?
That's a good question. They've been here about 6 months and have been doing the same kind of like, don't make ripples, leave as little of an impression as possible, occasionally bribe with donuts, etc. I'm trying to think.
Your
Or
main
Zim.
contacts that I think you would have are your fellow 3 other coworkers.
Yeah.
What about Zim? Would Zim know anybody, given his seedy reputation?
Yeah, let me post this up.
Do you have anything for this, Jeff?
He just it's in chat.
You're to the, okay, I just got to it.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
People in this segment of society that you chosen quarries move through. These people might be associated with the criminal underworld, the rough and tumble, folk street members of high society. I didn't see visit a person who provides information about people and places in the area. All right. With that, you would be able to find probably a place to lie low, but they probably would charge you.
How much?
About 25 credits a night.
How long do we need to be hidden?
The next trip down to the surface for the other group is 5 days.
I can put in 25.
I can put in 50.
I can
Okay.
afford to chip in. Yeah, so looking at the Imperial ship heading down, how big is it? What is its company like? Like, how many stormtroopers would we expect to run into on that thing?
You would have to go and scout it out. You can if you like.
I mean,
think-
how big is it? Is it like a small light cruiser? Is it something bigger?
Is it a big old shuttle?
It is a rather large, what are they called?
There is if you're meaning that triangular thing, that's a W-wing shuttle.
Yes. Thank you. It is a rather slightly larger W-wing shuttle. You only, if you go and scout it, we'll just say you do.
Yeah.
Do we
There are
see anyone
only-
around the thing besides prisoner transport and stormtroopers?
You
Like,
see
is
only
anyone
you
working
only
on the
see
shuttle?
2 stormtroopers outside of it, but it doesn't look like any prisoners has arrived yet, and it doesn't look like anyone else is around. This is very clearly a secluded area for them to do their shady business.
Right, right. I mean, we could try to bluff our way on as prisoners, but we'd just be putting ourselves back in hot water.
Yeah. Plus, we already got rid of the stormtrooper uniform.
Yeah.
There's not really a way
I think. See, that's the thing. A W-wing shuttle is basically a cockpit and a place to ride in. There's not really a cargo hold to hide in with that kind of ship.
Yeah. It's gonna be kind of hard to sneak aboard.
We could.
I mean,
what we could
we
do.
could try to do the disguise again by just grabbing another stormtrooper, but that would risk getting caught.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest we could go with the Ithorians. Yes, that traps us down there. All we have to do is get away from them and say, hey, we're gonna go explore the planet on our own. And when we see a stormtrooper, we kill them and take the ship. Or strand them and take the ship.
I think the Ithorians could be persuaded to let us go and deal with the other problem down there that are desecrating Mother Jungle. Like,
Well, exactly, that's what I'm
we're
saying.
on their side.
Exactly, so that gets us down. We don't have to lie to get down there. We just say, hey, yeah, we kind of want to vibe on this planet. And they'd probably say, awesome. It's the getting back where we'd have to jump somebody.
Very possible.
True.
It's the question of if they believe us if we try to tell them, hey, yo, someone's messing with your planet.
Well, they know someone's messing with their planet.
True.
We have to convince them that we're trying to fix it.
Versus, I don't think we have to do any convincing to say, yeah, no, we're down with your cause.
Do any of us look like we're pro-Empire?
I do not.
I mean, Tindy, you would have some reputation around as a fairly, like, reasonable
Neutral
person.
party. Yeah.
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 Hmm.
Say, you can speak their language. They trust you more than most outsiders.
True.
So
True.
do we want to try to go with the plan of going with the Tor group?
I mean, we say Tor. They're
Tor.
pilgrims.
Yeah.
Well, especially because, hey, they're not... Hey, we might even be able to convince them because they're not going to need the ship back.
That's true. It might be a one-way for them.
Yeah. So we should be like, hey, we'll take care of it.
You get an Uber driver, and then the Uber driver gets out to get a sandwich. You can have the car.
Ooh.
Bye.
Yeah. I live here now.
Rate of 5 stars. Went to get a sandwich, gave me the car.
Okay. Well, damn it. Okay.
Depends on if the ship has like autopilot or something.
Yeah,
where
sure.
It
What
does,
you thinking,
just
Casey?
does come back up.
I'm thinking of ways to get the stormtroopers away from the transport that's here right in front of us. I could handle, if I'm successful, I could lure away one of them. But
There is a problem. We don't necessarily know where we're going besides down.
True.
We can feel it out.
Give you an idea, that is what you are dealing with in terms of, or at least what you can see what you're dealing with
Thank
at the
you.
loading docks. The squares around the circle are buildings that are kind of
Gotcha.
blocking the area.
Where are
Okay,
we on
it's-
this map?
You
theoretically?
would be currently down here kind of looking at them.
Okay.
Hmm.
They have not noticed you.
We
So are
could
these
just try to
stormtroopers got-
rush them.
Question, I may have missed something, because I thought there was the Stormtrooper prisoner one, and the Ithorian hippies.
There are two
Yeah,
groups.
so why are we bothering with the Stormtroopers at all?
Because we
5
looked at
days.
them and we're trying to judge our choices right now.
Oh.
Do
Oh, I
you
thought-
know
steal
that the
their ship
stormtroopers
and go
look like
down,
this
or
right
do you try to, or do you spend the money and hide the dais and then try to hide on and get on the Ithorians and get down peacefully?
I think peace, at this point, peace is being bought at a bargain.
I'm forced to agree. There are just too many unknown variables in a straight-on attack to them right now.
Yeah, like we could jump these guys, but then there's like 50 in there.
There's also, again, there's the problem of we don't know the direction. We don't
Exactly.
know the exact direction of where they're taking people, unless it's on the ship, which it might be.
But Michael, we
Yeah.
don't know the directions of anything regardless of or where we need to go. For all we know,
Mhm.
what we're doing has nothing to do with these people.
True. That is also true.
So I think guaranteeing a good way down is priority, and then we could feel out the rest.
Probably.
Not
Agreed.
to sway opinions or anything. If you go with the Ithorians, you also then have a base of operations for the most part.
Bingo!
Well, that answers that question. Yeah, I think Tindy's made their decision. They're gonna their vote is for the Ithorian route.
Yeah. Makes more
Agreed.
sense.
All right. So,
So how much are we all putting in to hide out? Because I have
I-
55.
AJ said 25, I said 50.
I am willing to chip in. I can throw in 50, and if we need to do
That
more, we can
covers
talk
us.
about doing more.
And therefore, Bridge
okay.
pays nothing. My little piggy bank.
Aha.
all right. With Zim, you were able to find residence fairly easy. I mean, you've kind of figured that the back alleys of this large city are honestly surprisingly filled with some of the most scum and villainy in this universe. Zim, you lead them down to a backwash bar in the middle of seemingly nowhere.
I'm getting a call. 1 second.
What a hive.
And you are able to purchase an amenity for 5 days. It's not the greatest living, certainly a downgrade from what you were living with Tindy, but it is safe and it is livable.
Meanwhile,
we will
Bridge
take livable.
and I went through a lot to get here, just here, so we good.
Yep. Raikon, in that time, you easily are able to put in that part to your lightsaber.
Ah. Does Tindy observe me messing with my lightsaber? Because I'm not as shy about it.
I mean, if we're getting a 1 or 2 room lodging for 5 days, I like, we can talk about giving each other a wide berth, but they already know that you are a dark side user.
Oh, I don't even
Um,
avoid people.
That's true.
Yeah, no, you see a double-sided, two-handed, cobbled-together lightsaber staff with the haft mostly consisting of your baseline stainless durasteel with patches of black metals and cobalt. The one emitter that I had in the jail has a metal blade on it, with the other end being whatever I found. Basically, a more narrow sort of emitter that would not affect the blade itself, but the haft takes a little bit to get used to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't even need it to be on, and I can still give people the stab.
Yep, easy enough, and it takes you not too long. You had it mostly completed. As you kind of turn it on your seclusion, feeling the weight. Seems solid. Bit more solid than your last build of it, too, so. That's reassuring.
You're feeling out in the Force. You do not feel much death on the crystal. This was not a bled crystal. This was a very rare natural red crystal.
Mm-hmm.
I even have the planet I found it on.
Is there anything you guys would like to do in the 5 days?
I would like to thank our hosts with a dance by Commander Funkytown.
Roll performance.
Would he have proficiency in this? Because I don't.
Yes, he would.
22. And I just tell everybody, and that's where he got the name.
It's so good he has the droid perform in, like, this back alley bar. A lot of the, like, underworld scum kind of really get into it. And about the last night, the bar is it's packed.
We finally learned if Annie was okay.
Give me one moment.
Yep.
Shaking my head.
No, for context, when we first found this, we found his brain in a B1 battle droid who moonwalked, and I said I'm keeping him.
And then they took a Madman Guard
and then I put him in a
body
big boy
on their
body.
way out, and they just put that chip into it.
Inspired.
At some point during the 5 days, Zim takes Rykon and Tindy aside and asks them, "Okay, are either of you colorblind?
What?
Are either of you colorblind?
No.
No.
Are you sure? Because my skin is purple,
So?
and you've been calling me blue."
I
To be
haven't.
fair, purple Duros is unheard of. I thought you were just sickly.
Says the pale gray.
That's what. Hey, this is the skin color we're supposed to be. Do not take that out of context. The stereotypical Mune is slate gray.
Right.
I think Tindy just tries to take the temperature of the Ithorians they come across about heading down in the next 5 days.
Right. If you're just so you're trying to, like, procure passage, that's what you're saying?
No, although that is a good idea. No, but like more like getting. When I say take their temperature, I mean, like, is there unrest brewing? Are people getting upset? Are there protests? That kind of thing.
Oh, with everything that's happening and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
The information seems to be that it's up in the air. There's not much proof that the troopers are actually doing anything.
Gotcha. Okay.
Obviously, you were arrested, but, like, they have their own cameras. There seemed to have been no footage, surprisingly. And that the only reports is that apparently one of their guards was found dead in the jail cell. Though it does seem that the Ithorian court is starting to crack down again on the Empire with these accusations.
I have realized something. As far as, because he took it at face value, they took it at face value, Tindy still thinks I'm a botanist.
I suspect there's more to you than pruning.
You know, fun choice of words, but there's more to everybody.
I look forward to the opportunity to find that out.
In truth, I'm an accountant.
That was my grandmother checking on my health. What have I missed?
I realize that you and I are still caught in the lie that we might be biologists.
Why are you trying to make it down to the planet's surface, if not to investigate the missing people?
Simple, I'm interested in what could be down there. The missing people are of no concern to me.
Very well.
And Micah, for you, you have 5 days before you're able to get down. Tindy has found out that the Ithorian, council has kind of gotten into a fight again with the Empire over the accusations of trying to get down to the planet or doing something on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Rykon has completed his lightsaber again, and Commander Funky Town is killing it on the dance floor. Zim, did you do something? I'm.
Zim clarified that his skin is purple and not blue.
Yes. To Tindy and Rykon.
Jeff, do not make this into a donut from Red versus Blue situation.
Rykon, add 30 credits to you for the performance
Attaboy,
over
Commander.
the practical week from the Commander Funky Town.
Attaboy, Commander.
All right. With that, it is the day of the great departure. I will need a group stealth check to try to get there, as this is an event. Not one the stormtroopers typically go to, but it is an event for the Ithorian people, and you are trying to get on the ship.
Due to the big crowd, can I argue for advantage?
I was gonna say, can we get cloaks to throw over these three to help them blend in?
You could all get cloaked fairly cheap, 5
Aha!
credits.
I'm already wearing one.
Hmm.
Thank you, edgy character. Yes, so is my argument for advantage accepted or denied?
Yeah.
Sweet. 21.
Excuse me. 19.
All right, get ready to see this natural one.
I mean, he wasn't. You have advantage though.
Yeah,
You're in the
so
crowd.
it is a 21, but good call, Jeff. Way to put that evil into the world. And then Tindy became one with the living force.
Sorry, I was answering a question. What was the question? We're doing stealth. Gotcha.
Stealth, yes, at advantage to try to get onto the Ithorian ship.
Gotcha. Stealth.
15.
15, solid.
Not bad. Yeah,
15
you
with
all
advantage,
you
okay.
have been able to pass. You're able to get to the
Wonderful.
Ithorian ship without seemingly being seen at all. You see mainly just Ithorians on there, and one of the main priests kind of stops you at the ship and goes, "I'm sorry, you do realize that this is for the Great Voyage, correct?"
We are completely aware of that fact.
Oh, you are all followers of Mother Jungle.
Given my time on this planet, having any other viewpoint seems difficult.
Tindy chimes in with, "We understand the importance of respecting the terrain and everything that comes from it."
Very well. You understand then this is a permanent trip. There is no return.
I must ask then, what happens to the ship?
Once we land, we send it off for the next voyage. We put it to autopilot.
Well, I just gestured.
What is?
I gestured a bridge. I believe our droid could take care of that for you, as a thank you for your time.
He does point over to the droid that they always use for it, though.
Ours is prettier. I don't actually say that.
That may be, but
Ours is cooler and prettier and good at sports.
were you saying something, Tindy?
Just chuckling.
Okay. So do you step on?
Yes.
All right. You all step on, and about an hour later, you feel the ship sort of detach from the ground as you all start to slowly go down onto the planet. There's about 20, 30 people, other Ithorians with you who seem to want to make the great voyage.
Mm-hmm.
I will covertly walk over to my buddy Bridge.
Okay.
Do see if you can convince their droid to land elsewhere, if possible. As for the return trip, I'm saying like after dropped off, see if you can get them to take this ship somewhere more convenient.
Is anyone paying attention to the droid that's flying the ship?
No, a lot of people seem to be more caught in conversation about what comes next.
I'll make my way over to the droid.
You're
All
making
right.
your way downtown.
This is clearly. You take a look at it. This is a class 1 droid, typically just meant to do this one job.
Reprogram his ass.
You would need a slicer's kit for that.
Damn it.
I used to have one, but
Yeah, I
not
say
anymore.
we had one of those.
This is where I keep my slicer kit. If I had one.
What is the name of the Ithorian leader?
The Ithorian leader?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If they have one.
The Ithorian leader, I guess, in this instance would be the current priest on the ship.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I would, delicately as possible, Tindy would share their concerns about rumors that the Empire has been disappearing people off to the surface for heaven knows what, in terms of indentured servitude and slavery, and wants to express their disgust with that.
I have not heard such rumors. At least not in a while. I mean, there was what just came out in the news.
Yeah. Tindy continues to speak with the Ithorian priest in his own language, trying to impress on him or her that dang it.
You can do it. I believe in you.
There are rumors, and then there are events that we see with our own eyes, Your Worship. And these things are happening. These things are, in fact, happening. They're happening now.
You have seen this. You know?
We were almost transported ourselves. We wish to put an end to it as swiftly as possible, so that the planet's surface is not desecrated by anything else the Empire brings to it.
They kind of lean closer, trying to look under your hood.
Mm-hmm.
As they see your face, they go, "Oh, you were the politician Tindy.
That is the title I have, yes.
You, Yes, the Empire had just put out a small bounty on you for the disappearance and fleeing of a jail cell and the body of one of their own. You
Would you
said,
believe me if I said that the most offensive thing I did was bring them pastries and offer to help?
Technically correct.
Well, knowing the stormtroopers, yes.
Like
They're
yourselves.
they're not a friendly bunch at all.
They're not. And unfortunately, they've become terribly popular. The last thing I would want them to do is take root on the surface of Ithor.
All right. Well,
Between you and me, it's bad enough that they're in orbit.
I can agree to that. Do you have a plan to do anything for it, though?
We haven't enough information. We don't know what the ground presence is like. The reason I'm bringing this to you is because I don't want you to be surprised by what we find down there, or if my compatriots and I happen to disappear.
All right. Well, if you're going to go off and go through the jungle, you may want to watch yourself.
Always.
Let me.
Thank you.
I will have my people supply you all with some food before you go, and I will also warn you to watch out for some creatures.
Oh god.
That's very appreciated. Thank you.
The Wawats are a very large. That's way I can describe it. Obviously, they wouldn't say this, but a cat-like creature.
So yeah, you can use above game for this kind of stuff.
Okay. He will warn you about the Wawats, cat-like creatures, the Shinozai, which are these rather large, many-teeth, nearly rhino-like creatures.
If you remember Attack of the Clones, Obi-Wan rode on one of them.
Yep.
Oh.
And the Erd, which typically are household pets up on the surface.
Domesticated.
Yes, domesticated ones. Down here, they're much more wild and larger.
We greatly appreciate your insight and your advice, Minister. Thank you so much.
There's one thing more you should look out for. Something my grandfather always told me before he left on the voyage. Look out for the red leaves. I do not know much more about it, but that is what he said.
We will keep an eye out for red leaves. Thank you very much, Minister. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
All right. And in that time, the shuttle eventually makes its way to the surface and touches down.
I was gonna try and talk to the droid flying the ship.
Oh, right. You can.
You said it's a class 1 droid?
Yeah. Very, very, like, of its objective. Does not really think outside of it.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to him and in binary I'm gonna start talking. What timetable are you on for returning to the city?
I am to drop off the Voyagers in 33 minutes, and then arrive back up for maintenance in 3 hours.
Okay. I got a proposition for you. More like a favor, really.
Yes.
So, not sure how much you keep up with the stuff going on in the city, but there's a lot of commotion about people being kidnapped.
My system says that is bad.
Quite, yes, very bad.
Thank you.
So the thing is, me and my associates here kind of point over to Rykon. We're a bit of investigators of sorts. Now, I understand the religious significance to these people in their land, and that would surely be bad if people were being kidnapped and brought to the surface for who knows what kind of affront to nature, possibly cutting down trees or even, goodness forbid, mining.
Kind of just keeps staring at you.
Why, that might even put you out of a job.
I would be shut down if that were the case.
Yeah, guarantee you don't want that to happen. So here's the thing. We've kind of jumped on this ship as a way to get to the floor, to the ground floor, but we don't have a surefire way to get back up. Would you be willing to kind of hang back in a side location for us while we look around and then we catch a ride back up to the city? Promise you we won't waste too much of your time.
Persuasion check.
Oh boy.
Can he use intelligence because he's using logic with this droid's own safety?
No, because it's a class 1 droid. Its literal primary function is just complete task.
That's why I argued intelligence, because it would have logic.
Yes, but class 1 droids don't use logic outside of their field.
Fair.
Okay, persuasion.
My guy tried.
6.
Can you
Negative.
No.
I must return on time.
Okay.
Kill it.
I apologize for any inconvenience.
You say do it, AJ, but I'm not gonna do it while we're in mid-flight.
Quick, Bridge. Eat him.
Just do it.
Excuse
Bridge
me?
pushes the robot off the ship.
The lid of you opens up like a trash can, and you just consume.
I'm just like a Five Nights at Freddy animatronic. Just
Yeah.
Yes.
no, I'm gonna wait until we land. I'm gonna roll back over to Rykon. He's very rudimentary. Probably just gonna take his chair once we land.
Class 1s. The literal computers of Star Wars.
Gosh darn TI-84 Texas Instrument.
You're to be fair, you're one model above them.
Exactly, I'm better.
True.
Coruscant instrument looking ass.
You're technically the second most advanced type of droid.
Look at you go, Bridge.
All right.
Soon.
You after a while you do land though. You're on the ground. It seems to be a little outside of the small settlement that they have.
I am purposely gonna hang back in the far back of the group as people are getting off.
All right.
I will wait with him and attempt to seem as, oh, after you. You've been waiting for much longer than I have.
All right. Yeah. Everyone seems to grab their stuff to get off. The priest ushering people ashore. He does look at you two though,
Did
kind of waving you on to the ground, like, are you coming?
Oh,
No,
we
she's
just
There's no going back.
We
Did
just need
Zim
a
and
minute to
get off?
discuss something.
Zim
others get
and Tindy, are you still on the ship as well?
I mean, if everyone else is getting off, we're getting off.
Yeah, I'm getting off and just waiting by the door outside.
All right.
you probably should have
Just
explained
you,
the plan to
Rykon,
them.
and just you, Rykon, and Bridge.
1 sec, my dog's barking at nothing.
He says as he goes to decapitate the droid with his 2 lightsabers.
Oh no!
Hey.
He just stands there. Are you gonna get off? Lights lightsaber? No, you are.
Not yet. I just basically, I'd like to use deception of, I need a moment. I am considering sending this droid back to the surface so it may continue to operate. May I have some private time?
Of course. Just the droid won't leave until everyone's off, so do take your time, but not too long, please.
We will not be that long. Do trust me.
All right.
I'm gonna wave my hand at the 2 standing off the ship like, get on.
Actually, hold on. I'm just gonna talk out loud in binary. Well, if our compatriots would care to join us, these people don't speak beep boop.
As far as you know.
They're a technologically advanced society.
Yeah.
I don't think the nature hippies would speak beep boop.
Oh, I guess Zem goes up to the 2 of you.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know how to say your name.
Tindy?
Casey, what is your character's name? I'm
Tindy?
blanking.
Indy.
Tindy.
Yes.
Just kind of gesture if you get on the ship.
I mean, I've said that I'm going where you're going, and the map still shows me 2 stormtroopers waiting outside the transport 2 seconds ago.
I think he shouldn't hear you
Say
say that.
I can't have maps for everything, so
Yeah.
we're just staying on this one.
I'm gonna make my way over and try to power down this droid at the pilot chair.
I follow him
Alright.
just in case this thing needs a little talking to.
I'm going to need a... I'm gonna guess technology check just to find the off switch.
Okay. 8, gosh darn it.
No, and with you trying to deactivate it, it is going to try to defend itself.
Oh,
So
Bridge, should we go with plan
this
B?
is just a regular droid. It is going to take a punch at you, Bridge.
I'm gonna watch.
Does a 13 hit.
that is my armor class, yes.
This +1. 3 damage.
Now,
Bridge, would you prefer another option?
I must
Sure.
get back to my destination. Please stop interfering.
There'll be other transports, possibly. And if not, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
You wouldn't know this is like a monthly thing.
he just punches me and my head rotates. Ow.
Yeah.
And
It wouldn't hurt if it was biologic, like...
Yeah, but this is a metal hand giving
Yep.
you the smack. Rykon will weigh his options and look to Zim, given that... Yeah. It's a month.
Time flies when you're not being oppressed.
I don't have a month.
I will... Oh, wait, no. You solidified this. Yeah, no. It's still early morning, too, so...
Mm-hmm.
Are you
Zim?
gonna do something to him?
Zim, Bridge, weigh in. You want plan B?
Just
We came
If
down
we're-
here. Let's do what we came down here to do.
Oh, no,
yeah,
we're
if we
staying
want
down
the
here.
ship, we gotta.
This is to
Get this
guarantee
guy
us a
away.
ride home.
Yeah.
Always have an
Uh,
exit strategy.
Also, it's probably easier to move around in a ship than walking.
Well, that's not always true. Landing zones.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you know that this is a very steep, like, large forest.
Jeff, what do you think?
Yeah.
Let the droid go back or turn him into scrap metal?
Turn into scrap metal.
Micah?
I'm fine. I was just trying to turn him off because we could turn him on later, but he's
Well, that's
being
what-
difficult.
See, that's the thing. I just hold up lightning in my hands. Bro, can I just short him out?
You can try, yeah.
Okay, I roll shock.
Okay.
I take out a little piece of carpet, rub my fingers upon it. 23.
That will hit.
8 lightning. Just grab
Yeah,
both sides of the
it
head.
sorts out from that.
Yeah, just grab both sides of the head. Bridge, take us somewhere.
I will take control of the ship then.
Alright, you will need a piloting check. I will remind you, you don't know where you're going, you don't have the supplies, and you're just going for it.
Yeah, we're just gonna find another safe landing zone, like, make it seem like, oh, these guys changed their minds.
Okay.
20.
Easy enough. You're able to pilot the ship up, and we'll say you go 3 miles about west of where you were, and you were able to find not the nicest clearing, but a clearing that you could land this thing on.
Rykon will also walk up to Tindy. I do apologize for the brutality, but last time we were simply left on the planet's surface, we were almost violently murdered and full of tetanus.
I can see how that would be difficult to deal with.
Indeed, do not get stranded on a junk planet.
He was making an army of droids.
There was an army of droids. I
Goodness
learned I
gracious.
could briefly slow down time.
What was that like?
Fast. Ironically.
Yeah, that'd be real useful nowadays.
It's honestly a really rare force ability.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. That's why I just wanted to talk about. I can't do it anymore, though.
Out of
I
practice.
go
You
for
know,
the
I'm not
clearing
terribly
land
surprised.
ship.
Are you a bit out of practice yourself in your special talents?
Days.
They get a distant look in their eyes and just a little nod.
There's no shame.
And just
in
give
it.
a little nod.
We all have our reasons. Bridge, thank you for your services. Zim, keep up the good work.
bring the ship down so we can
That
figure
you
out
do.
what we're doing.
You bring the ship down into a small clearing. The sounds of nature's kind of just fill the air as the engine shut off. Seems whatever animals were in this area immediately fled off after the large sound of a ship kind of forcing its way onto the surface.
Can I just check around the ship to see if there's any sort of emergency equipment or anything of use?
Good job.
Yeah. Be an investigation check.
May I help?
Do you have proficiency?
I have Jack of all trades, and I let that count
Then
for
yes.
a regular game.
It's a 16 then.
16. Okay. You are able to find, essentially, 10 field rations,
Sweet.
which I will say includes water and everything,
Okay.
Hmm.
and an emergency flare with
Sorry.
two people tents.
I assume we're gonna split the rations 3, 3, and 3, and 1 for emergencies. That cool with you, fellow organics?
Yep.
I have no
Above
objections.
game, I also have 10 rations just that I have inside my storage.
Thank you, Andrew
Yep.
Mini Fridge.
He just carries food with him.
Hey, you
All right.
never know when bribery can be used.
Hey, last time rations got us a Rancor.
You are 3 miles out from the Ithorian village from the east, and the whole jungle. What do?
Okay, people with voices in head, what direction are we supposed to go?
I will meditate on the Force to just basically say, I'm on the surface, now what? Also, I do have to ask how much longer we're going.
10, 11. We are going to go for 19 more minutes, and we're ending at 10:30. If that is okay with everyone, we can end it here. People need to go.
It just seems like it's an organic place.
Guidance.
Yes, can I meditate on the Force and just say, basically in my head, say, here, now what?
Yeah. Give me a straight charisma check.
7?
And I would like to help. I would like to use guidance as the help action.
That will also work. I will say, as you both kind of sit down on the ground and meditate together, Rykon, roll with advantage. Add the d4.
16 plus... Sorry, I hit it twice. For 4, so total of 20. Tindy is paying dividends.
You both sit together as you focus on the Force together. Tindy, it's been a long time since you've gone this deep in to the Force. And you both suddenly are hit with this massive vision as you are practically rocketed from the spot you are sitting through the jungle up to the north. You see massive fields and trees, and suddenly you stop at the mouth of this cave. You do see also at this cave, though, seeming to be a couple stormtroopers with what seems to be people in chains currently mining out rock.
Well, I don't like that.
You estimate it's probably a 3 days journey on foot.
I felt that suffering. Slavery is such an ugly thing in the galaxy.
What on earth are they digging for? What are they mining for?
You would also know from the vision, it doesn't look like they're getting any rare material or rocks.
No, but they could be digging to reach something.
I know. I'm just stating that it doesn't seem to be for rare mineral purposes.
With an untouched
Gotcha.
surface, they could be looking for plasma vents. In which case, that entire mine would explode the minute they found any.
Tindy relays to the droids and Zim that there's an Imperial presence a couple of miles walk through the jungle to the north in a cave where the enslaved people are being press-ganged into digging and mining.
Miss Bridge, do you remember that time when we were in Obadiah and the slaver called you a thing?
Just a stare and music plays in the background while fire goes off.
You may get
Yes,
some
why do
revenge.
you bring it up?
You may get some revenge on slavers.
Hmm.
He's powered. I just whispered to Tindy. He's powered by spite.
They silently chuckle to themselves.
Well,
Some very dangerous things are powered by spite.
indeed, especially that one that has a rocket launcher. Now, Commander, you are to stay with the ship.
Kind of looks towards you. Does a small spin, strikes a pose, and just nods.
I love him.
What dancing subroutines does he know? Is
All of
it
them.
Is it ballet? Breakdance?
At the moment, he is currently moonwalking onto the ship.
Is there just a screeching noise of metal on metal?
No,
Yeah,
that's
it's very uncomfortable.
yes.
Yeah. Tindy just watches this ragtag bunch of droids and dreamers and shakes their head and says almost imperceptibly, "And now the Force has brought me to this. Show me what there is to learn."
You're damn right it has.
All right. I think with that, we're actually going to end it here.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's a pretty organic place.
You have. I do apologize for the rough start.
Hey, again,
but I think it evened out after.
No, Broden, you and I have been playing for almost a decade. Nothing starts good.
No, but I think it got better after the jail cell part.
Exactly. We had an inciting incident.
Yeah.
Now say the thing.
True.
No,
Thank you everyone for watching. Join us in 2 weeks when we continue this for episode 2 of the Holochronicles. Also, check out us on YouTube. We post all our videos and all our streams for both. We will be doing that for this, but also we have all our games and one-shots previous from this up on our YouTube channel at Choose Your Role on YouTube.
Also, check out Casey's stuff, which I'm posting the link into the chat again.
Yes. Check out their stuff, and may the Force be with you. always start in a jail cell for a campaign.
Or bar.
Or a bar.
My game started in jail cell because of a bar fight.
Exactly. And choose your role carefully.